Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk nicely to your tools, and everyone thinks you're strange. Weird, right? But here's what I know. Great heating techs treat their tools and your equipment with a level of care that borders on talking nicely to it. When you rely on something, you want it to work. And if you want it to work, you treat it as nicely as you can. It's why fall furnace tune-ups are a really smart idea. You're going to rely on that heating system all winter, and you don't want it to fail you when it's freezing cold out. So treat it nicely now, and it'll work when you need it. Problem is, most heating companies in Birmingham don't do the deep cleaning and maintenance you'd assume comes with a tune-up. Just a drive-by inspection, followed by a sales pitch. That bubbified behavior is what I started Excalibur to stand against. So if you want a no breakdown guaranteed, talk nicely to it tune-up, call
Excalibur Services.com.
Alabama license number 15.
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Life. We may not all agree on the best game day foods, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
In life, there are times you know your day or your week will be an easygoing, relaxed, calm, fun time. And then in others, you know things are going to be rough. They're going to be hard. They're going to be tough. It's going to be a struggle just to make it through it unscathed. In sports, there are games or stretches of games when you just don't have your A game. And in order to come away with wins, you got to dig down a little bit deeper. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Then there are parts of your schedule when you realize there are sets coming about. It's about to become extremely difficult to endure, much less win. Because what awaits you will neither be fun, easy, nor painless. But with the right mindset, and you play hard, and you eat your Wheaties, then it is doable. This weekend, that is exactly what it will be for our Birmingham Bulls. Tonight's opponent is our old friend, the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs. Henceforth called the Yard Dogs. The Yard Dogs come into tonight in third place, 7 points behind both Huntsville and Peoria, who are locked in a tie for first. They're 10 points ahead of Fayetteville, and the only thing easy about our two games versus Roanoke this weekend will be us saying Roanoke versus Birmingham this weekend. Hello again, everyone. I'm Jody Cherneski, and I'm joined tonight by former Birmingham Bulls assistant coach and head coach, Mike Zaruna. He's subbing in for Greg Dreveney, who's on a trip to Florida. He couldn't make it in, so Mike is an ample substitute at best for my buddy Drev. This could be a huge weekend for the Birmingham Bulls, or it could be a couple of games that put us in a bind. Z is what I will call him. Roanoke is by far the hottest team in the league. They're behind incredible goaltending from former Birmingham Bull Austin Rudabush. He leads the league in wins with 25, and minutes played, and seconds, and in saves, or second in saves, that is, and he has 3 shutouts. He's won his last 8 straight and given up only 13 goals in those 8 games. How do we get the best of this Roanoke team tonight, Z?
Well, you know, this team plays really well at home, the Birmingham Bulls team. So they're coming in, they're 10-0. And I'll tell you one thing that I think we need to do is score first. If you look at the stats, whenever Roanoke scores first, which is they've done it 29 times in 43 games, 67% of the time they score the first goal. And out of that, they win those hockey games. They're 800. They're 793 when they score first. So I think the key is to get on them quickly and get something behind Rodabush early.
Well, the Bulls have been playing much better as of late as the season is winding down. 4 wins, 1 loss, 2 overtime losses in the last 7. Roanoke's on fire. They've won 10 in a row. Combined score of 42-16 during those 10 games. A Roanoke win will put them tied for third in league history in consecutive wins. They have 10, 11 will put them in third, 4 away from breaking the record held by Peoria, who had 14 consecutive wins. Now, let's talk about who Birmingham has not had in the lineup and who we will have tonight, and that's Drake Glover. The centerman comes back after over a month on the IR. What a time to come back, though, when you're facing a heavy team like Roanoke.
Well, extremely helpful, especially down the middle, to get a guy like Glover back. And, you know, as we were talking earlier, this is a really good hockey team that, you know, we discussed earlier, their power play is anemic on the road, but what does that tell you? They play very well, even 5-on-5. Their leading scorer, Municelli, he's got 22 goals, but only 7 on the power play. So this team plays really well. We're going to have to control the gaps, get the good dumps at times, and make really smart heads-up plays coming out of our end.
I look for weaknesses for this Roanoke team. All week long, I look for weaknesses statistically and watching them on films. And Z, to be honest with you, I found 2 things. They're not as good on the road as they are at home, and their power play, as you said, on the road is just is putrid. But the problem is this: in the first period, their goal differential all year long is at a plus 26. If they jump out on you early, it's lights out.
Well, that's the key right there. We got to jump out on them. Look, we've got a great home record compared to our road record. So, you know, we just got to make sure that we get on top of them early and just keep coming.
Tell me what you think of this stat. They're plus 26 goal differential in the first period, but they tail off tremendously in the second and third. By the third period, they're only at plus 1. Is that because they built such a big lead they don't need to do it anymore, or they just are giving out at the end of the game?
Well, I mean, they're scoring 3.27 goals per game, and they're only allowing 2.72 goals per game. They've got the second best goals against in the league. So yeah, I think they're getting up in front, and I don't, it's a natural tendency to kind of let up a little bit. So maybe that is what's happening with them.
All right, this team, and we talked about it a little bit before we went on the air. To me, they're the best team in the league. If you look at their roster, there's not a weakness on this roster. They had the same players basically that won the championship, beating us 2 years ago. And they're just solid. 8 solid defensemen that anybody in this league would love to have on their team. They get 2 off the IR, and Bryce Martin and Matt O'Day back in the lineup yesterday. And they had already won 10 in a row. Those 2 players are 2 of their best. I mean, this is a tall order tonight for the Birmingham Bulls.
It is, and I'll tell you though, like Jody, again, we play really well at home. Our crowd loves to get behind this hockey team, so I think we're in a good spot here.
All right, before we get to the national anthem, let me give you the starting lineups. First for the visiting Yard Dogs, Carson Gallagher up front. He'll be with Tommy Municello, along with Matt O'Day centering that line. On defense, Johnny McDonald and C.J. Valerian, all veteran lineup. For the Birmingham Bulls defensively, we'll start with Ryan Romeo. He'll be paired with Trevor Thurston up front. Center Drake Glover. He'll be winged by Nikita Kozarev and Colton Olnick. Goaltending tonight. First, no really surprise here. Roanoke will go with Austin Rodebush, who has started in every game this year for Roanoke with the exception of 6. He has a record of 25, 9, 1, and 2, 2.49 goals against, and a 9.14 save percentage. Birmingham will counter with Hayden Stewart, 7.6, 3, and 1 record, 3.08 goals against, and a save percentage of 9.04. As we'll pause real quick for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Z, have you ever been able to sing that high in your life?
I just can't sing, period, Jody.
Blood would come out of my mouth if I tried to do that. All right, referees for tonight are Brett Straley, linesman Brett Dardzinski, and William O'Malley. As we get set for action here, we're going to have a ceremonial face-off coming up. Tonight, Birmingham is going to be known as Cahaba Valley Vipers. I'm not bright enough to be able to do that after 40 years of saying Birmingham Bulls hockey, so you'll have to forgive me tonight. But if you're watching on TV, the white uniforms that Birmingham is wearing has a viper on the front of it. It's alter ego night here at the Pelham Civic Complex, and Birmingham will be known on the scoreboard and I'm sure on the graphics on the television as well as the Cahaba Valley Vipers. I, on the other hand, may say the word Vipers every now and again in this broadcast, but I'm positive I'll be saying Birmingham Bulls all night long.
I will apologize on the front end myself. I told Joe that it would be a real tall order for me to call them the Cahaba Valley Vipers all night long as well.
I mean, I like the concept. I don't like the fonts, the number style on the back of the jersey, and people who know me and have heard me for the last 3 years know that's my pet peeve. I like my regular black and white jerseys. Tonight, I'll give it my best shot. How's that? All right, here we go. We're underway at the Pelham Civic Complex as the Bulls Romeo sends it deep into the Roanoke zone. Rodebush plays it a little sloppily off his net. Puck along the far wall kept by Birmingham, but it comes back to center ice where Thurston puts it right back in. Valerian, he'll send it far side for Johnny McDonald off the near wall. Taken in by O'Day. Gallagher there on the puck. He'll have to curl away from the Bulls' defense of Olnick, and the puck is sent back to center ice.
Done some pre-scouting on their breakout there, Jody. Olnick just missed on that swing down below. It would have broken that play up and went the other way.
Dangerous pass by Thurston right in front of Stewart. I don't like that, but Birmingham gets away with it. Loose puck now in the Roanoke zone, played by Alvo. He'll send it near side for Ford. He loses it, but it bounces over Thurston's stick, and Romeo will send it around the boards near side. Apatagan there. He's hit on the play. Loose puck into the slot. Birmingham can't clear. It's taken, though, by Widmar, and he'll bring it back into the Bull zone. Widmar gets past the checkup Thurston into the near corner. Joe Widmar, longtime SPHL player, sends it around the boards behind the net. Ford has it. Centering pass, a far face-off circle. Shot goes well wide of the net. Pepe takes the puck. He tried to get it on net, intercepted easily, and the Bulls, Kip Ledzianko, nailed it center ice by Ford, and they'll come away with the puck. Drop pass back for Pepe. He gets away from Phil Ledzianko. Takes the shot, save made by Stewart. Nice touch pass ahead for Phil Ledzianko. He gets it ahead to Glover. In front, Ledzianko, a chip. That one goes wide. Rose tried to get it in deep. Taken away by Stanko. Stanko sends it into the Bull zone, and it's tipped right back out for Rose. He sends one far side for Ledzianko, and it'll come in on Rodebush, and it looks like icing is going to be the call on the Birmingham Bulls. That was a close call, but okay.
Yeah, real close. How about that little rush there when he just chipped it and gets Glover going up with the speed up the right-hand side? He just missed him.
Birmingham's Andrew Ballon on the ice now, only his third game as a Birmingham Bull. He's a seasoned veteran, played the last 3 years with Indy in the East Coast League. Several teams were wanting his services, but he came to Birmingham mostly because of what he had heard, and he's very good friends with Kyler Matthews. Now Birmingham backhands one. It's in their own zone. No delay of game penalty as it was deflected out of play, so a faceoff will come up to the left of Hayden Stewart. Brendan Gallagher out on the ice. Signed first by Evansville. Cut. Picked up by Pensacola. They didn't want him. They're in dead last place. Traded to Roanoke, and now he leads all rookies in scoring in the league. He's averaging a point a game. Unbelievable pickup by Roanoke. Now Municello tries to set up Gallagher. It's tipped away from him, and the Bulls will come away with the puck. This gained that center ice stripe. Brierly puts it in. Stopped by Rodebush. Birmingham changing lines. McDonald steps out in front of Rodebush. Ahead for Gallagher. He gains the blue line. Nice play on the far side by Matthews. He knocks him off the puck. Behind the net, Gallagher picks it up. He's played by Clark. Centering pass by Gallagher gets past everyone and back all the way into Rodebush. Bryce Martin, fresh off the IR, sends it to Brendan Pepe. It almost got away. Martin takes a big hit. He goes down. Loose puck now played by Clark. Clark behind the net. Pepe takes his pass away. Kozarev was there, but he couldn't get his stick on the puck. Now Jacob Kelly with the puck. He turns away from the check, chips one off the glass and out. I believe that went into the Roanoke bench, though, so a faceoff will come back into the Roanoke zone.
You know, Jody, they're getting that controlled breakout, and, you know, we're covering the wings. We're taking that pass away on the swing. They've got the guy in the middle of the ice, and our two D-men are backing off. I think the coaches are going to want at least one D-man to step up there and gap up so that pass doesn't come out as clean and as crisp as it did.
Sinclair on the draw for Birmingham. Widmar for Roanoke. It's dropped. Sinclair actually won it, but taking it away was Ford. Kelly will take it into the Bull zone. Puts the brakes on. Sends it behind the net. McGregor Sinclair is there for Romeo. Slides it around the boards. McTavish tried to keep that puck going, but he couldn't. Now it pops loose for Thurston. He backs off the play, sends it to Romeo. Long pass for Sinclair. It connects. Sinclair, right wing side. He curls back, drops it off the boards, and it's picked off by Roach. Roach brings it into the Bulls zone, takes the shot, deflected by the Bulls defense, played along the far wall by Ford. Whitmar behind the net, played by Clark. Gets away, sends a centering pass for Roach, save made by Stewart. Roach was all alone.
What a good play to knock it down with his hand right to his stick all in one motion.
Apetagan sends one in deep, sends one in deep for Birmingham. Easily played by Alvo. Now Roach, who had a good scoring chance, clears it to center ice. Loose. Bulls lose their stick. There's Stanko with a shot. Now Rose brings it back near side. Rose centers one. Bradley, a shot save made. Rebound. Another save by Rodebush. And look out. Here comes Mac Jansen the other way. Jansen drops it back. And Stanko, a shot knocked down by Stewart. Birmingham clears the puck to the near boards. Played behind the net by Stanko. Mac Jansen picks it up. Brierly on him. Stanko with the puck. Centers one for Valerian. Save made by Stewart. Birmingham takes the puck. Thurston sends it ahead. And Blount will just send it in. Line change for the Bulls. Roanoke buzzing right now, Z. Pepe skates away from center ice. Gets past Kozarev. Gets around Ryan Romeo. Tried to cut in front. Romeo cut him off. Roanoke controls the puck just inside the blue line. Bryce Martin whips one around the boards. Municello is there. He plays it far side. Centering pass, looking for Martin. Gets away. Pepe was right there. He takes the shot. Save made by Stewart. And Pepe gets the shot again off the pass from Municello. And smartly, Hayden Stewart says that's enough. And he covers up for the face-off. Birmingham is reeling right now in their own zone, Z.
Yeah, luckily Pepe didn't get much on that first one, and then the second one I think he did get a little bit on it. They had some traffic in front. Good save by Stewart just to keep it in front of him and stay on it.
If you're watching on TV and you missed it earlier, the Birmingham Bulls are decked out in all white. The Bulls logo is not on the front of their jersey. There's a viper, as in snake, on the front. It's alter ego night here at the Pelham Civic Complex. And the Birmingham Bulls, to all in attendance, are known as the Cahaba Valley Vipers. I apologize. I've been calling them the Bulls for 40 years. That's what I'm going to be calling them all night, except for every once in a while I may throw in the Vipers. What about you?
Yeah, on a stoppage of play maybe, never on the go.
Birmingham being outshot thus far. 14-18 remaining in the first period. No score. Outshot 5-2 by Roanoke, and to be honest with you, Z, it feels like it's more than that.
Yeah, it does. They've had a bit of a flurry. You know, I do think that we need to slow them down on their breakout. When they get controlled, I think it's just been too easy for them to get up ice, and up ice with speed as well, making tape-to-tape passes.
All right, face off to the left of Hayden Stewart. Matt O'Day on the draw for Roanoke, loses it. Bulls take it. Clear one off the glass. Roach keeps it in, but they'll rule it was an offside or a hand pass is what's going to be the call. So we'll have another face-off, this one outside the Bulls' blue line.
So third time's a charm for Gallagher is what you're saying. I saw that earlier today that I just didn't know the nuts and bolts behind it.
I mean, that guy was available to every team in this league. And Pensacola, dead last in this league, didn't want him. Now he's a key player on what I think is the best team in this league. Municello has it. Sends it into the Bull zone, sent out, and it's taken there by Roach. He plays it far side for Alvo, return to Roach. Ledzianko almost intercepts, but it's played by O'Day back in behind the Bulls net. Whipped around near side by Clark. For Apatagan, he can't clear. Billy Roach sends one for Gallagher. Knocked off the play nicely by Kip Ledzianko, but they keep it in. Gallagher with the puck, far corner. Centers one, face-off circle, stick save made by Stewart. O'Day with the rebound in the corner in front. Gallagher with a shot, and it's gloved by Stewart, and he holds on. And I'm telling you, if we can weather this storm, And this is why they're plus 26 in the first period, if you ask me. It could have easily been 2-0 right now.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I do think there's a couple of simple 15-foot passes that we just missed on that they jump in and their D are pinching. And our forwards have to come down a little bit lower to stop that D-man from coming all the way
Their
down.
D are so experienced and so good, they can get involved in all the offensive play and still make it back defensively. Puck is loose in the Bull zone near boards. Rose whips it around far side. Brierly gets there before Kelly. And it's played by Ballant to center ice. Knocked right back in after they take the puck away. And it's played now by Skyhill. El Rulis played with a high stick by Birmingham, so we'll have a face-off in the Bull zone. Skyhill playing in only his third game as a Birmingham Bull as well as third in his professional tryout. So a decision will have to be made on him by the end of next weekend. Off the draw, played by the Bulls. Ballant with it, chips it to Rose. Ballant's in front. He was there, but it's really that pass was deflected away from Rose, and back the other way comes Kelly. Brings it into the Bull zone, drops it for Ford. He loses it. Rose has it. If Birmingham hurries, 3-on-2. Rose with it. Rose looks for Brierly in the slot. Takes a shot and scores! Patience on the part of Carson Rose as Brierly was just cruising through the slot effortlessly. Took the shot off the wrister and it beat Rodebush. Top shelf, 1-0 Birmingham.
What a really smart play by Brierly, just hanging out there, and he actually told the left winger on that 3-on-2 to go to the net and draw that D-man. The D-man didn't know who to take. He stayed low, left Brierly some room and some time and some ice, and he just buries it.
What a play. Brierly, and I've said it all year long, the best defenseman in this league by far. That's Brierly's 12th goal of the season. We'll get the assist in a moment. We know the primary assist is going to Rose. Here's the call.
Taylor Brierly, his 12th goal of the season. The assist, number 15, Carson Rose. And number 12, Andrew.
Ballant gets the secondary assist. There's a shot by Martin. It goes wide of the net of Hayden Stewart. Played along the near wall. They're still putting the pressure on. Not relentless. Pepe with a shot blocked by Kozarev, and the puck bounces back to center ice. Back in their own zone. Bryce Martin has it. Long pass ahead. Jansen has it. He took it from Stanko. Jansen whips one around the boards behind the net to far wall. Played there by Schlottick. Bounces off his stick, and the Bulls skate away. Or Vipers, whatever you want to know. Call them is fine with me. I'll call them the Bulls for right now. Played by Sinclair. Loose, fighting for it behind in the corner. Roanoke comes out with the puck. That's Gallagher. Gallagher had it poked away from him. And Birmingham's McTavish, a nice defensive play. Sent away. That's Ledzianko. Kip Ledzianko. Backhands one in. Played by Rodebush behind the net. Municello backhands one out, but right to the Bulls. Now Matt Clark lifts one into the near corner. He'll give chase with McTavish. Alvo catches up with it first. Nice drop pass for Roach for Gallagher. He backhands one, and just that quickly, here comes Roanoke's Matt O'Day. Nice pass over for Municello. Curls away from Kip Ledzianko. Slides a pass over. Shot in front, deflected, and Birmingham does a good job just to clear the zone. They are just smooth, Z.
Yeah, they have good puck support everywhere. You watch these guys, they know where the puck is and where they should be without the puck to support it. Make good tape-to-tape passes.
We're going to have to get our sticks on their pucks and poke it away and get in their passing lanes. Right now, the puck tied up in the Bull zone near boards. Lifted high, but not out. Comes through the slot. Nice play by Ballant to take it away. Andrew Ballant skates with it now into center ice. Gains the red line, sends it in. They'll give chase. Valerian plays it, takes a hit by Ballant. Loose puck behind the net, tapped over for Ford. Glover out there on him along with Rose, who comes out with the puck. Rose back, nice pass to Clark. Sends one down low to Glover, walks out in front, save made, and covered up. Rodebush didn't want to give that rebound up, and it was a good thing. Glover, almost in his first game back, gets on the board.
That was a good move coming down, just circling in front of the net on his forehand. I think he was trying to lift it up over the big guy as he was going down. Good job keeping the puck in at the blue line as well.
Taylor Brierly's dad, who I had a chance to meet last week, Bruce, is listening to the game. He's not able to watch it. He's at a hockey tournament, and his son just scored the goal. I hadn't have a chance to read his message, but you guys are free that are listening to us on YouTube to send us messages. But once again, Taylor Brierly comes through for the Bulls. And then the far corner played right to the side of the net. Martin picks it up for Roanoke. Long head-manning pass connects for Ford. Walks in. Save made on the blocker by Stewart, and Brierly clears it off the boards back into neutral ice.
Caught a snooze in there, Jody.
Yep. It can happen with this team, and you better not snooze long. Olnick couldn't get it in deep. Ford intercepts. Played by Widmar back into the Bulls zone. Romeo has it. He gives it up far side for Brierly. Chips it ahead. Played by Sinclair to center ice. Over for Pettigan. Pettigan absorbs the hit. Sends one in, and this one's going to be called on the offside. With 9:27 remaining here in the first period of play, Birmingham out in front of the visiting Roanoke Yard Dogs by a score of 1-0. To be quite honest with you, Z, that was an excellent play on the 3-on-2. You could see it developing. And with Rose gaining control of the puck, you know something was going to come of it. But Brierly sliding through the slot just, I mean, he's been doing that all year long, though, from the defensive position.
Look, he was trailing on the play, and normally that middle guy takes the D-man with him, and then the other guy drops out as the D-man gets taken to the net. And what he did, you could see him with his stick pointing to the left winger to go to the net to draw the D-man, which then put the D-man in space where it's like, where do I go, who do I go to? And Brierly just let up enough to be able to give himself enough room, and then he stepped into it, and what a good shot.
Birmingham being outshot 8-4 at this moment, but up on the scoreboard 1-0. And for anybody that's interested, and I am one of these that usually are interested, Birmingham, when scoring first, if I can find my notes, when Birmingham scores first, they have a record of 15-3-1-0. So that's not perfect, but I'll take it.
Well, and look, if you're a numbers guy and you just spit those numbers out, so 80% of the time when they score first, they win. So that's a pretty good.
I don't understand that
number.
either, to be honest with you. I know a little momentum's your way, but it is early in this hockey game. I mean, is that one goal that important?
Look, you're not finding those stats in the NHL this year, and analytics have proven that, you know, that the team that scores first doesn't win that percentage of time in the NHL. So I don't know what's happening here.
Face-off just outside the Roanoke blue line. Mac Jansen opposite McGregor Sinclair for the Bulls or Vipers, and Sinclair wins. Thurston couldn't back it in deep. He gets past Roach, though, loses it, sent right back to Schlottick, and here the other way come the Dogs. There's a shot taken by Manning. Save made by Stewart, loose along the far walls, and the Bulls clear. Chasing after it is Apatagan. He couldn't catch up with it, but it gets over the glass out of play, so a face-off will come up at center ice.
So that was a good job by Thurston on that play. If you notice, he pushed the left-hand shot wide, so he's on his off wing. It was a 3-on-2 that was generated. They didn't get an opportunity to move the puck, and he put him in a shooting position with two other guys on a 3-on-2, so that was a good defensive play.
Very important for Birmingham. And I know it's silly for me to say this early, but I believe it's very important for Birmingham to get the next goal. There's a bouncing shot. That's a more difficult save than it looks like. Stewart made it. Now it's loose in the corner. Gallagher digging in along with Matthews. O'Day comes in as well as Phil Ledzianko. Ledzianko, a nice play, tying up Gallagher. Still fought for all four. Now Matthews comes back in. The puck comes loose at the bottom of the faceoff circle, chipped by Clark, and Birmingham takes it there and backhands one out of the zone.
That's a good battle to get the puck out of there.
Played back in that quickly by Roanoke. Matt O'Day had a shot at it, but it's taken away from him by Rose. Rose plays it ahead off the boards. Birmingham has it. That's Glover. Look out, one man back. Glover takes a shot. Save made by Rodebush, and he plays it. Gets past Scahill right back in on Stewart, and he won't play it with Widmar bearing down right on top of him. He'll cover it up with that mitt. And with 8:10 to go in the first, we'll have a face-off to his right. At the end of the first period, I'll have part one of my interview with head coach Craig Simchuk tonight. We talked a lot about Roanoke, and what they've done and what they've been able to do since they beat us in the finals. It'll be interesting for some of you to hear, and then we'll play part 2 of it at the end of the second period. Off the draw, Valerian slides it across for McDonald, steered aside by Stewart. Valerian pinching in deep, look for a wraparound, save again by Stewart. And Birmingham just chips it out to take the pressure off of Hayden Stewart. McDonald sends one in deep. Stewart will stop it and play it himself. He gets back in his net, forward through the legs, pass, gets past everyone, Bulls clear, but guess what? Right back in on Stewart. Played by Birmingham's Brierly. He'll send it back far side. Through center ice, Apatagan was there. Now it bounces loose, picked up by the Yard Dogs. Far boards. Sent one just past Kelly. And as Birmingham goes back in, Skyhill touches up. Icing is the call on the Dogs.
We'll take that icing right there.
7:22 to go, first period.
You know, to your point, Jody, you said we need to get the next goal. What I think we need to do is come out of our zone cleaner. And if we're coming up the wall and it's not going to be a tape-to-tape pass, it's got to be a lot harder. It's got to be deflectable to come off the wall and get out into the neutral zone, and nothing these guys can step up to.
Face off in the dog zone. McGregor Sinclair for Birmingham. Widmar for Roanoke, who controls behind their own net. Pepe has it. He tried to get it across the ice, but knocked down by Apatagan. Bryce Martin picks the loose puck up. He'll send it to center ice, and it's knocked down by Apatagan, and he'll hammer it right back in. Apatagan has been a great addition to this Birmingham Bulls hockey team. Bryce Martin skating fast through center ice. The defenseman brings it in himself. Bounces one off the boards behind the net. He was looking to pass it actually on the opposite side of the net, but it didn't connect. Loose puck now played by Birmingham. There's McTavish with it. He loses it, and then finally he comes back to him, and he just chips it to center ice. Captain of Roanoke Ford plays it back on his defense for Alvo. His pass gets past Widmar, and Birmingham will touch up as Matthews does. Icing is called on the Dogs.
These guys spread the ice out well, Jody. That was just a near miss on that pass.
Yeah.
They read off each other really well, and they play really good
Well, you know, see,
positional.
these guys were there 2 years ago in the finals against us, and I'm telling you, there's very little change to the personnel on this team. They ought to know each other and where they're going to be.
True.
Face-off loose in this near face-off circle, picked up by Alvo, another former Birmingham Bull, and played to Pepe. He'll drop it back for Alvo behind his own net. Phil Edzianko right in front of Rodebush, waits for him to make a move. Gets it past Ledzianko. Widmar has it, knocked away by Ballant. Ballant goes in after it. Pepe will pick it up, though, for Roanoke. Brendan Pepe gets it ahead. It's off the stick of Manning in the Bull zone far corner. There's a high stick, gets up, and that's going to be a penalty on Roanoke. As in that far corner, I believe that was Manning who got his stick up. And forgive me, that looks like it's Clark that took the end of that, or the worst end of that. It's hard for me to tell the numbers on these jerseys when they're not looking at us. But Timmy Manning will go into the penalty box and give the Birmingham Bulls or the Cahaba Valley Vipers first power play of the night for either team. 4 minutes, a double minor for high sticking. Now, I didn't see any blood on the ice, but that doesn't mean he wasn't cut, I guess, see?
Yeah, I mean, he must have been cut to get 4 minutes, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, he has to. I mean, and that's what you get the double minor for. So a 4-minute power play for the Bulls with the face-off in the dog zone.
You got Roanoke with an 82% penalty kill, so they're going to be aggressive here.
Brierly with the puck after the draw. Bulls control. Far side, that's Kozarev. He drops it back for Brierly to Rose. Return for Brierly. He's pressured by Jansen. Gives it up to Kozarev. Plays it in the corner. Glover couldn't catch up with it, and Alvo backhands one down the ice. Way out of his net. Look, Stewart plays the puck and leaves it for Kozarev. I like my goaltenders in the net, Z.
Well, hey, we got a man advantage here. Give the guy a break.
Slowly through center ice, Brierly drops it back for Kozarev, tries to get around Kelly. He will, and he'll bring it in. 4 men on him, though. Kozarev looks for a place to go, slides it nicely to Brierly. Brierly again in the slot. That one just whistled high. Played along the far side. Kozarev back to Brierly. Has Rose near side, but it'll give it to Kozarev. One-timer, save!
There it is.
In front, it was laying there. We couldn't get our stick on the puck. Controlling, though, Ballant gives it back to Brierly. Far side, Kozarev. Alvo on him. He gives it to Carson Rose. He thought about it, but he'll curl back. We're down to 2:59 of power play time remaining for the Bulls. Kozarev drops it down low, back to Nikita. Gives it up far side. Ballant drops it for Roach. There's Ballant, a shot blocked by Alvo, and it's picked up by Roach and sent the length of the ice.
And they'll get a much-needed change. They were leaking oil there.
Romeo, Phil Edzianko, Kip Edzianko, McGregor, Sinclair, and Olnick out for the Bulls on this power play unit. Nice pass over to Phil. Ledzianko with the puck. Stops along the near boards. Plays it down low. Sinclair gives it right back to Ledzianko off the boards for Romeo. He'll give it up far side, return to Ryan. Ledzianko drops it down low. Still loose. It's played under Valerian. And the puck goes into the netting out of play as Nick Ford tried to get it out. But I believe it hit his own man, C.J. Valerian. So with 4:05 remaining here in the first period, our last media timeout of the period, Birmingham will still be on the power play, having the face-off in the dog zone.
Well, you can see how important that bumper position is, Jody. That Valerian made just a wonderful play there with his stick to stop that puck. It would have been a one-timer with a left-hand shot. We also missed early in the power play on the far side. And if it would have been a tape-to-tape pass when it went high to low, it would have went to the bumper automatically, but it was a just missed pass down low. So they know with the box that Roanoke's running, that bumper is going to be there. They just got to watch the stick.
Ballant was out in front of the net, too. I love to see traffic out in front of a goaltender that's playing as well as Rodebush is, because greasy goals count, too. And he was able to get his body on that shot, but we just couldn't pick the puck up as it was laying loose right in front of Rodebush.
You see Brierly was going high again. First time he went high glove. This time he was going, looked like he went high blocker and just missed. He had a lot of time.
He's got a nice wrist shot, too. I've never really noticed that about Taylor, but he can snap it.
He's got a great release, doesn't he?
Yeah. Olnick on the draw for Birmingham. Widmar once again for Roanoke. Off the draw, Bulls control. Back at the point for Romeo. Phil Edzianko plays it low. Centers a pass, a shot save made, rebound picked up by McGregor Sinclair. He couldn't get the shot off. Romeo almost lost it, gives it to Phil Edzianko. Far side Kip fanned on the one-timer, loose behind the net, picked up by Johnny McDonald. Olnick on him. We're down to a minute 47 of power play time remaining for Birmingham. Loose along the boards, Birmingham has it. Romeo takes the pass from Phil Edzianko. Far side, back to Romeo. A minute and a half to go. Nice tip pass. Olnick, a shot blocked by McDonald. Birmingham gets the rebound. Phil Edzianko. Back to Romeo, looking for a deflection from Sinclair. He couldn't get a stick on the puck, and it's played in the corner. Who will come out with it? Still loose underneath of McDonald. Lying on, he's just killing time off the power play rather smartly. Finally, the whistle blows. Usually you don't see a whistle when a puck is tied up along the boards, but there's nothing you could do there as McDonald was just laying on the puck.
Yeah, he wasn't going anywhere. What about that play? And I didn't get a chance. Normally I look to the benches when I see a nice play that you know's been drawn up at some point in practice when they went low to high and then they went down low behind the net and the D-man circles around right-hand shot for the one-timer. Rodebush made a great save.
I don't know if McDonald has an equipment problem or if he got a stick in the gut, but he's doubled over on the bench. Birmingham has control of the puck off the draw. Far side Kozarev down low. Back to Kozarev. It gets away from him and out. Under a minute to go of power play time. Took his eye off the puck there, Z.
Yeah, he was thinking about where he's going with
Yep.
it.
Rose sends it ahead. Birmingham will backhand one in. Played behind their own net. He'll whip one around the boards. Nice play by Glover to keep it in.
Yeah, we got a break on that save by Glover there on that kind of ill-advised soft dump.
Kozarev drops it back for Rose. for Brierly. We're down to 30 seconds to go in this power play. A double minor, clicking away. Centers a pass. Brierly has it. Save made by Rodebush. He came out and cut down the angle perfectly. Rose with it. He'll send it far side for Ballant. Back to Rose. Played down low to Kozarev. Gets away from one man. Takes the shot. Save made by Rodebush, and he squeezes it tight. Man, that guy's hard to beat.
Yeah, he comes out and he's big, right? He had to get that puck up in the air, and unfortunately hit him right in the breadbasket.
Yep. I mean, the shots are there. The opportunities are there. We're not helping ourselves a lot of times with our passing, but you got to give it to Rodebush, and what a big goal it may turn out to be by Taylor Brierly.
Yeah, they, look, for a long power play like that, they've really put some good passes together. Brierly had a good opportunity. We saw the angle. He didn't have much to shoot at unless he goes 5-hole.
Off the draw, looks like they'll do it again. Widmar has been taking every draw, it seems like, for Roanoke. Played by Roanoke, Stephen Alvo, and he'll backhand it out, and that'll do it for the power play for the Birmingham Bulls as Timmy Manning about to step back on the ice. Kip Ledzianko backhands one in, and that's it for the power plays. We're back at full and even strength. Played along the near side boards and out. Back to get his Birmingham. Taken down is Ledzianko, loses it. Widmar curls away from Matthews. Still holding on to the puck. Played down low for Manning. He slides one in front, played by Matthews and out. Roach going in after it. He pokes it ahead for Alvo. Stephen Alvo. Ahead for Widmar. Brings it into the Bull zone. Widmar tried to set it up for Manning. A nice play. But Ford is there, and Birmingham chips one back down the ice. Icing is going to be waved off as they'll rule that Valerian could have played it, and I agree. 1:05 to go here in the first period. Bulls up 1-0. Pepe backhands one. Ballant knocked it down, almost had it alone. Brings it in. There's Phil Ledzianko's shot whistles wide as he just picked up a loose puck and fired toward the net. Dawgs play at Municello off the boards looking for Ford. He's cut off and picked up by Ballant. Took the puck away. We're down to 40 seconds here in the first period.
Nice play by Romeo to squeeze him off in the neutral zone.
Two Bulls collide, gives the puck away. Nice timing by Romeo. He cut off what would have been a sure scoring chance for Gallagher, who deflects one. And the puck is loose, far face-off circle. Municello, save made by Stewart. Big hit along the boards. There's another shot right in on Stewart. And smartly, just to calm things down, gloves it and holds on with 19.2 seconds remaining. Roanoke trying to get a late one. Birmingham will send out Kozarev, Sinclair, Skyhill on defense. Olnick up front as well.
Big face-off here.
Face-off in the Bull zone. Gallagher tried to win it. Birmingham wins it, though, and they'll just lift one to center ice. Martin loses the puck. Glover hauled down. Penalty coming up on Bryce Martin. Now he comes in to give Glover a shot. Martin didn't appreciate, I guess, him trying to get the puck away from him, but he did. Now he's being escorted away by the linesman.
Little sneaky two-hander there on the shin pads as he skated by, I can't see the number, but one of our players.
I believe he gave a little two-hander to Olnick, who was just innocently in on the play. And this technically will be Birmingham's third power play of the night. Tripping is called on Bryce Martin. More than likely, this will go over into the second period unless we can somehow miraculously score a goal in 10 seconds. Glover on the draw for Birmingham. He's out with Ballant. Kozarev, Brierly, of course. And I can't see who's playing on the right side because the numbers are impossible to read at this angle. That's Carson Rose. I apologize, Carson. Drop the puck, but we'll do it again. A second ticked off the clock. They should have put right back on, you would think. Birmingham's asking them to. Now the referee will go to the scores table and do it. It should be 10.3. You know, when you do this, when you talk as much as I do during a night, You can start to feel it in your throat real quickly.
I bet you can.
I wonder if my friends in Huntsville are listening and watching tonight. You know, the Havoc / Channel Cat / Blast / Tornado, whatever they are this week. Face off to the right of Rodebush. Controlled by Birmingham. Brierly has it. No shooting lane there. He gives it up to Kozarev. Centers a pass. Gallant far side. One-timer by Rose. Save made by Rodebush. And that'll do it. Birmingham an excellent scoring chance off the draw. But Rodebush bigger than the shot.
That big man moves well. Then he's
Yeah,
side
he
to
does.
side. His lateral movement is pretty good. That was some pretty quick puck movement with a guy in like Leon Draisaitl space. Left-hand shot for the one-timer. And he had nothing to shoot at.
There's a reason he leads his league in wins and minutes played and saves, and he's two-time player of the week in the SPHL. So this a minute 50 of the power play on the penalty to Bryce Martin will go over into the second period. But one thing that has happened that has not happened in 10 games is Roanoke will go into the locker room trailing at the end of one. On the goal by Taylor Brierly back at 7:12 of the first period, Birmingham takes a 1-0 lead into the locker room. Your thoughts on the first period, Zeke?
You know, I kind of think towards the end of the period we're a little bit better getting that puck out of the zone. We weren't weak on the wall. I think they pinched down quite a bit. They got a lot of opportunities when you felt like they were all over us because they were keeping the puck in. We weren't getting the puck out. I thought we moved the puck better. I thought we also took their stretch play when they had full possession. We took that away from them towards the end of the period a lot better than we did, and they didn't have that tape-to-tape play like they had earlier in the period. So
you can just tell this Roanoke team knows each other so well. They're passing. They know where to put it to where the other guy will be, not where he is. And that's hard to combat, but yet Birmingham has done it and taken a 1-0 lead at the end of one period of play. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have part one of our interview with head coach Craig Simchuk. Stay with us, everyone. Birmingham leading 1-0 at the end of one period of play.
Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk nicely to your tools, and everyone thinks you're strange. Weird, right? But here's what I know. Great heating techs treat their tools and your equipment with a level of care that borders on talking nicely to it. When you rely on something, you want it to work. And if you want it to work, you treat it as nicely as you can. It's why fall furnace tune-ups are a really smart idea. You're going to rely on that heating system all winter, and you don't want it to fail you when it's freezing cold out. So treat it nicely now, and it'll work when you need it. Problem is, most heating companies in Birmingham don't do the deep cleaning and maintenance you'd assume comes with a tune-up. Just a drive-by inspection, followed by a sales pitch. That bubbified behavior is what I started Excalibur to stand against. So if you want a no-breakdown guaranteed, talk nicely to it tune-up, call
Excalibur Services.com.
Alabama license number 15214.
Yell at a tool? Nobody.
Yeah, nice. That was head coach Craig Simchuk, part one of our interview. We'll get to part two at the end of the second period of play. And just another note, I didn't realize this till I dig a little deeper, Z. These two teams, albeit one's won a championship against us, this team of this year for Roanoke's playing better than anybody in the league. We've been struggling most of the year, yet 9 out of the last 11 times these two teams have met, it's been decided by one goal.
You know, I didn't realize what Simmer had said when I watched a couple of those games when they were in Roanoke, how short their bench was, because you know you're listening to the visiting or the home team, and it's not you announcing, right? So you really don't have any idea unless you're counting heads and counting numbers and looking at the lines coming out. So it does make a lot of sense that, you know, they're playing in a harsh environment. They're playing with a shortened bench, but they're also playing them really strong and really well. And I don't think this was a period to be ashamed of that they just had. You're up by one, your power play's clicking, you're moving the puck well, and you know Simmer made a lot of good points because we watched this kid Rodebush. There are no holes in this guy.
Yeah.
And you know there was a rebound we thought we were going to bury here. We just couldn't get to it quickly enough. Brierly beat him clean. I don't know how often that's going to happen tonight. So you know the more folks to the front of the net, the better off we are.
Simmer said something, too, about how he is very aggressive in the net, Rodebush. Several times he came out of the crease to cut an angle down, and you had nothing but him to shoot out. Brierly was able to take the puck before Rodebush made his move forward because Rose, if you can remember, had the puck right wing side. So he couldn't really cut the angle off of Brierly, who took it and snapped it home right over his shoulder.
Yeah, no, so he was making that move, right? He was following Glover down the right side, and then he makes that shift, and he's not going to come out too far because you remember we've got a 3-on-2, so we're outmanning them, and Brierly can quickly fake a shot and go to the left wing, and he's out of position if he gets too aggressive and comes out too far. So in that instance, he was not in the back of his net, right at the top of his crease, and he's got beat clean by a really, really good shot. Now everything else, as Simmer was saying, this guy is big and he's aggressive and he's out there and he seems to swallow it up. Like he comes out aggressively and there's not a lot of rebounds on this guy. He swallows everything up and hits him and stays there and dies.
You would think there would be a lot of rebounds too because, as I said, he comes out and cuts the angle and there's not a place to go with the puck. I mean, you can't see the net. You see him, he's so big, but you're right, no rebounds. For some reason it sticks to him and it's like a blob, it just sticks in him.
Well, you know, one of the things that I think they want to be looking at doing is the old POP, pass off pad, right? Like this guy's big, there's no holes. Well, guess what? Hit him in the leg, let that rebound pop out, and let somebody, you know, either get some garbage or at least get an opportunity.
I do like to take these opportunities as well to talk about family that we get a chance to meet. I love to meet the players' families. They all come by. They're very nice. Last week I had a chance to meet Bruce Brierly, Taylor's dad. This week, of course, the Ledzianko parents are in town from Belarus. Can't speak a word of English, but very friendly, using the translator on the phone nicely with me. They thanked me for doing the immigration work for them to get them here legally, and thank God they didn't have to go back to Belarus. As we know, they probably would have been given a rifle and told to go to war if they did. But tonight we also had a chance to meet Matt Clark's dad, Jeff, who's in town. First time he's seen Matt Clark play hockey in a professional setting. So it was nice to meet him, and you know he's got to be really excited to see his son play a professional hockey game.
Oh, you can tell what a proud father, and I mean, you know, when it's so great just to listen to a parent talk about their child, and he talked about him from the time he was 3 years old playing the game, and I mean,
he was also critical of him.
Well, he was. I like the point where he says, after a game, there's definitely going to be a text message on his phone for me, and it may say, "What the hell were you doing on this one play in the second period with 2:45 left on the clock?" I thought that was funny.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have second period action for you. Score at the end of one period of play: Birmingham or Cahaba Valley 1. Roanoke, nothing. Jody Chernesky here along with Greg Zaruna. Stay with us. You're listening and watching Birmingham Bulls hockey. Okay, Jody Chernesky and Mike Zaruna back at the Pelham Civic Complex. I can't believe it. I call him Greg Zaruna. I'm trying to merge Greg Drevany and Mike Zaruna together, and I did it. But Mike's back right now, so that's why I just call you Z. I'm not smart enough to figure out who's sitting beside me. Birmingham, if, again, you're a numerologist or into stats or whatever you want to call it, when we're leading at the end of one period of play, Birmingham has a record of 13-1-0. When Roanoke is trailing at the end of one period of play, their record is 4-6-2. Telling. I'm not sure it will be tonight, but those numbers do say something.
Well, I think as telling as it is when you talk about their road record and how really good they are at home and how poor they are on the road, I think that works in our favor here. We'll take those analytics.
I am impressed with Roanoke. I'm more impressed with Birmingham. We've narrowed the shots on goal. At one time, they had doubled us up 10-5. And right now, it's Roanoke 11, Birmingham 10 in shots on goal. So it's like we settled down after surviving the first 7 minutes of play. And when Brierley's goal came, things started flowing a little bit better for us. Not perfect, but at least better.
I think we ran into a little bit of trouble with the puck coming up the wall, not getting it out. I think there was a little bit of scrambles. They weren't really quick tic-tac-toe, and Stewart didn't have to make a lot of 10-bell saves, but he did have a lot of shots.
Remember, we start this period on the power play. Kozarev, Glover, Brierley, Rose, and Kozarev and Johnny McDonald getting into it before the puck is dropped. It's dropped in the Bulls' control. Ballant sips it back to Brierley, and he'll have to move the other way. He'll drop it back on defense, picked up by Kozarev. He gets away from Widmar. Gets away from Ford, brings it into the Roanoke zone. Slides the pass across for Bellant. Back to Rose, far side. Brierley has it, puts the brakes on, drops it back for Rose. He gives it to Kozarev. Nifty passing, Brierley has it. Far side, Rose snaps one, scores! Carson Rose on the power play gives the Bulls a very important 2-goal lead. Less than a minute into the second period on the power play.
You know, the key to that is the zone entry, and what a play by Brierley in his own, just 20 feet inside his own blue line, turns the wheels on, draws a man, chips it back, and then that puck gets in by Kozarev, getting through the neutral zone. Great zone entry, great puck movement, and then, of course, Brierley puts it on a tee, and Glover doesn't miss.
That was Rose on the goal.
Rose, I'm sorry.
That was Rose for Carson this year. That's his 21st goal of the season. And I'll tell you something about Carson that's even more impressive in just a moment, but we're back underway. We know Brierley gets one assist. I believe Kozarev will get the other, but we'll wait and see. Roanoke with the puck into the Birmingham zone. There's a shot by Gallagher, sent wide of the net. He just walked all the way out in front into the blue paint. Somehow didn't go in. Now Romeo picks the puck up for the Bulls. He can't get it out. Played by Kip Ladzianko. Romeo had it. Municello keeps it in. Gallagher takes it away from Sinclair. Romeo on him. Gallagher tried to walk right in front. He couldn't. Municello. Kozarev does get the secondary assist. Puck tied up into the Birmingham zone. Finally, Apatagan skates away. Tony. He takes the shot. That one just wide of the glove of Rodebush. Puck escapes the Roanoke zone, picked up by Kyler Matthews. He puts one in. He jumps like a shortstop on a line drive, Rodebush does, catches it, and just that quickly, here comes Stanko the other way. Stanko sends one in, stick save made by Stewart, and that one, I believe, gets into the netting out of play, and Birmingham will have a face-off to the left of Hayden. 29 seconds the time of that goal. Rose is 21st from Kozarev and Brierley. Brierley once again having a heck of a night, a goal and assist.
Nice tape-to-tape passing. Again, good zone entry. You know, we just had a little bit of a fire drill in our zone because we took a bad angle on a reverse that they picked off, and then it was a fire drill from there, but luckily we got out of it.
Widmar wins it. Pepe with a shot, glove save made by Stewart, and he'll hold it. I want to know how many face-offs Joe Widmar has had tonight for Roanoke.
Seems like every one of them.
I've seen Gallagher a couple of times, but I don't remember more than twice. Widmar will do it again. Whistle blows. There was movement on the far side. Olnick along with Ford couldn't stay still. So we'll try it again. Puck drop, loose in that face-off circle. There it is in front of the net. That was Ford. Backhands one. Save made. He was calling for a holding penalty on Matthews, but he didn't get it. And he may have a point.
What a good paddle by Stewart there, though, just to push that out of play.
Here comes Manning in. He takes a shot. Save made. Stewart had a little trouble finding it, but it was right there in between the pads, and he holds on for a faceoff. I will not say this about Hayden Stewart and Lotz as well. Both of them would rather stop it, hold it, face off, than take a chance of pushing it back in play and having a turnover right in front of them.
Oh, absolutely. You know, on that play, he didn't have an opportunity to be able to fish that back into him, and he just knew if he didn't poke check it that they could have got a stick on it.
Off the draw, it's loose. Picked up by the Bulls. Ballant chips it past Pepe, but Martin catches up with it first. Martin drops it back for Brendan Pepe, near side for Manning. Timmy Manning's pass connects, far side. That's Widmar. Takes a shot, deflecting, coming. That one didn't make it, but both, I believe that's Martin, crashes into the net. Luckily, he didn't take Stewart out when he did.
Yeah, and you know, on that play, that was fortunate that we pushed him to the wall because they did have three guys up on that play. We pushed him wide, and he was, I don't know if he's looking for the pass off pad. I think he's trying to go back door, and Stewart just took that away from him.
Ford still arguing about the non-call. He felt he was held by Matthews, and again, I can't say he wasn't.
I can't either. I can't say that Ford hasn't chirped a lot to the ref either.
And that may be why he didn't get the call.
I'm thinking so.
All right, face off to the right of Hayden Stewart. Matt O'Day this time on the draw for Roanoke. Birmingham has control, but taken away by Municello. Cuts behind the net. Tommy hounded on the play, taken off on a nice defensive play, and I believe that was Ballant. No, it was Scahill, the new guy, the new defenseman. Nice play. And the near side, Mac Jansen has it, though. In front, looking for a deflection. It's there, knocked away, and Stewart clears it himself. And if he doesn't, Gallagher has it all alone. But we're going to have a penalty coming up on Birmingham on the hook. Gallagher was right there. Hayden Stewart smartly and quickly knocked that puck away from him before he could get it.
Yeah, you know, when you take a look at things like this, Jody, when you lose a face-off and a man beats you speed-wise to the puck when you should have taken the body or at least gotten in front of him and angled him off, that's what happened there on that face-off to the right of Stewart. We win the draw. Their guy jumps our D-man, and then the next thing you know, we've got a penalty. We're sitting in the box.
First power play of the night for Roanoke. Scahill off for the hook. Puck loose behind the Bulls' net. Romeo couldn't get it past. Widmark bounces right out in front and right into the paint. Stewart saw it, and he just pounced on it. Roanoke on the year. Their power play is horrible on the road, but overall it's not that bad. They're third overall in the league, 22.5% success rate, 34 goals for. They've given up 2 shorthands. Birmingham penalty kill is just as putrid, 75.2% success rate. That means they're giving up every 4 power plays, 1 power play goal. Thurston tried to clear it. He didn't do it well enough, kept in. That's Ford, gets it back to Pepe. Near side, Jansen. Jansen holding on to the puck near wall. Back for Pepe. Olnick on him. Jansen sends it, and a nice play as it's deflected into the crowd and out of play by McGregor Sinclair.
Very good stick, and as you did say, putrid, it's pretty anemic on the road. 13.5% is their power play.
That's just terrible.
It is
To be
terrible.
such a good hockey team, you're basically saying you only score once out of every 10 attempts when you're on the road.
You know the coach is scratching his head.
Yeah.
The coaching staff is wondering, what are we doing so differently at home that we're not doing on the road?
Well, that's why I ask you. You were a former coach in the East Coast Hockey League, and your answer was telling. You said, I don't know what I would tell the guys. Controlled by Roanoke. Alvo has it. Played along the near wall. Alvo sends it far side for Kelly. Kelly drops it back, gets past Municello, but Alvo has it. Municello takes it, walks through the slot. There's Gallagher. That was Schlottick, fanned on the shot, and he was all alone. Down low, Gallagher behind the net, centers one. Birmingham, nice play, chips it back into the Roanoke zone.
Nice break with that puck jumping over his stick right there. He's in a great situation.
Under a minute to go on this Dog power play through center ice. Stephen Alvo drops it back. Gallagher will bring it in, puts the brakes on just inside the blue line, and now it's sent deep. Brierly is there, though. Birmingham chips it out as Brierly sent it out. Ballant found it and sent it all the way down. Played by Rodebush for Alvo. We're down to 30 seconds of power play time remaining. It's got to be in their heads, you know what, Z, that they've been so bad on the road on the power play because they don't even look the same on the power play as they do 5-on-5.
It does become a mental thing.
Centering pass save made. Just as I say that, Stewart with a great right skate save. Puck loose along the far boards. Phil Edzianko can't get it out. Manning keeps it alive. Puck finds its way right into the crease, and Birmingham finally clears, and that'll do it for the power play. Ryan Romeo with an excellent play, and Birmingham has killed the penalty and are back at full strength. Ford with it, brings it into the Bull zone, backhands one over, return for Ford, stick to side by Stewart. Played along the near boards, Manning, a lot of ice time, takes it, spins it behind the net, it bounces off the boards right in front of Stewart. Luckily, Birmingham was able to pick the puck up and clear. Back in the Roanoke zone. In front, tipped aside by Rodebush, loose puck in the slot, played there by Clark. Maybe we should have shot. Turns and spins. Save made by Rodebush. He dropped the rebound. Nobody near him for Birmingham to tap it in, but nonetheless, that's the first time I've seen a puck loose in front of Austin Rodebush tonight.
I was thinking the same thing, and that was a good play by Clark, you know, just to kind of change that angle up a little bit, throw it on net, wait for some bodies to get there.
I was going to say there was nobody in front. He's not going to beat Rodebush if Rodebush can see the puck. No. You know, you're going to have to be Wayne Gretzky at times to do that. Any goalie can see the puck, they're going to make the save.
Or Brierly?
Did Brierly beat his lead? Brierly did, yeah. And we've got some snipers on this Bulls team, but, you know, there's good hockey players all around. And it's not just Roanoke, it's Peoria, it's Evansville, it's Huntsville, it's Birmingham. There's good hockey players all through this league. There's only one team in this league that's having trouble, and that's Pensacola. Even Macon is pushing hard.
Right.
So, you know, parity has arrived in the SPHL.
I like it how you threw the even Macon in there.
Well, you know, since I've been doing this for 3 years, I haven't been able to say a lot of great things about them, but they're playing. They've got a decent hockey team now. They really do.
That's good. That's good for the league, good
sure
for Macon, good for the city of Macon.
All right, face-off coming up in the Roanoke zone. McTavish for Birmingham on the draw. Opposite, I believe that's Ford. No, it's O'Day. He wins the draw, gets it back for McDonald. McDonald sends one through center ice, gets past everyone. Icing will be the call, and it'll come back into the Dawgs zone.
You know, it's interesting, right? O'Day, when you're interviewing Simmer and we're looking at the lineup as he starts, he's a D-man who, oh, by the way, plays center. You don't see that very often.
You don't, but he's good at it. I've seen him play defense. I've seen him play center now. I'm impressed. McTavish on the draw, O'Day for Roanoke. Puck is dropped, loose at their skates, chips back to Romeo. Romeo slides one in front, looking for a deflection. He had it, but it didn't get through. And it's played along the near walls, kept in. Centers a pass for McTavish. He got his stick on the puck. Goes into the air right into the mitt of Rodebush. So we'll have another draw in the Roanoke zone. 14-12 to go here in the second period of play. Birmingham out in front, 2-0. You know, I'll be honest, coming into this game, Z, I kind of thought we would see lots in net as well as he's been playing. But apparently it was a good call for Simmer, and that's the reason he's the coach, and I can't remember your name.
He makes the big bucks, brother. That's what he's paid for.
He laughs when I tell him that. Kip Ledzianko cuts behind the net, has the puck, drops it for Apatagan. Romeo behind the net plays. Stanko will take it away. Apatagan on him, but he manages to get it back into center ice. Apatagan turns it right back in. Alvo has it. Drops it far side for Roach. All the way down. This will get past the netminder of Stewart, but he covers it up. Did they call an icing on that, or are they going to have the face-off in the Bull zone since Stewart covered it up? It's got to be icing.
I thought it was icing.
I mean,
apparently not.
There were no Roanoke players near it.
You know,
No, he played it, so it's got to be in their zone, yeah.
he played it off the boards, though. It
But he
came off
still
the
played
ball.
it before a forward or defenseman has to touch it before it's an icing. If a goalie plays it, it's live. So the face-off in the Bull zone, controlled by Roanoke. Nice defensive play. Chips it back into center ice. And that was, of course, Brierly. Birmingham brings it right back in. Olnick with a shot right into the midsection of Rodebush, who made it look like practice. Looks down at his mitt and pops the puck to the linesman and says, let's have a face-off.
Pretty easy to swallow those up, isn't
Yep.
it, when you hit them right in the breadbasket?
I mean, it's a good shot by Olnick. He made a nice move, and he got the shot past the defenseman. He even used the defenseman as a screen, but Rodebush saw it the whole way, and once again, Birmingham has put two past him, though. Sinclair on the draw for Birmingham. Widmar once again for Roanoke. Bulls control. Matthews sends one around the boards. Kozarev will give chase. Ford knocks him off the play. Loose. Picked up by Clark. Sent behind the net. Martin and Kozarev fighting for it. It gets loose to the far side. Clark, nice job. Keeps it alive. Along the far wall, Bryce Martin has it. Sinclair pokes it away from him. Roanoke will finally clear as Jacob Kelly has it, and he'll tip it into the far corner. Clark going in after it. He tips it along the near side, played by Birmingham. Sinclair chips it ahead. Look out, 2-on-1 if we hurry. That's Kozarev. Now he'll wait for a trailer. Gets it back. There's Clark, a shot. Glove save made by Rodebush, and that's a nice shot by Clark, but a better save by Austin Rodebush.
Wow, did he jump up in there with speed. And it's
Yeah.
good. What a good call to see him coming late. And I'll tell you, I thought he high-sticked the puck at the other end of the zone when it was flying in the air. I thought he knocked it with a high stick and played it, and I thought they should have called that and blown it down, but
Would
maybe
have been nice to see Clarkie score there with his dad in
with his
attendance
dad
now.
down. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because he jumped in there quickly.
Phil Ladzianko wins the draw for Birmingham. Ballant spins, takes the shot wide of the net. Ballant takes it again. This shot off the blocker of Rodebush. Thurston keeps it alive, played behind the net. Johnny McDonald picks it up for Roanoke. Birmingham intercepts. Ballant with it. Had it lifted off his or under his stick by Schlottick, and it's played back into center ice, into the Bull zone. Now both players go down far side, no call, and it was a good no call as they were both holding on to each other.
Oh,
now it's taken away by Ballant, comes in, backhand, score! He took the puck away from, I believe that was Schlottick. Yes, Daniel Schlottick, and Ballant shows why everybody in this league wanted to sign him, but Craig Simchuk did. He scores the goal for Birmingham. And for Ballant, that's his second goal in 3 games as a Bull, and Birmingham now has a 3-goal lead with 12:04 to go in the second.
We got a good bounce there. What a good play. I thought it was Romeo who chipped the puck up there and bounced over the defender's stick, and Ballant's in alone. Goal scorer's goal, too.
We'll get the assist in a moment, but that goal is Ballant's second of the year in his 3rd game as a Bull. Ladzianko gets the lone assist. There's a pass. Roanoke dangerously through the crease. Birmingham was there but couldn't get it. Now it's loose at the Bulls' blue line. Taken away by McTavish. Municello takes it away from him. Puck bounces over the stick of Roach, who gains control and sends it beneath the Bulls' goal line. Now O'Day backhands one to Gallagher. Municello and O'Day comes away with the puck. Centers one back for Alvo. Calmly keeps it in. Municello takes the shot. That one just over the reach of the net, and Stewart tries to play it back. Alvo again with Gallagher cruising in front. He couldn't get the deflection. Far boards. Birmingham reeling now to try to get control of this puck and get some relief. McTavish ties his man up. Puck comes to Scahill. But Kip Ladzianko banks one off the glass and out. And back to pick it up in his own zone is Steven Alvo. His pass broken up nicely by McTavish with the puck. Drops it back. Olnick score! Oh, baby, what a play! McTavish in the right place at the right time. Intercepts the pass. Drops it back to Olnick, who risked one through. And Birmingham up 4-0 on Roanoke.
You know, what an uncharacteristic play by Alvo, but I think he was leaking oil there. And if you think about what Simmer had said to you in your interview, they need to get some pressure on them, which they've done in the offensive zone. They've not had the easy breakout, but they've also had some opportunities where they've just coughed the puck up, and that was one of them, and it ended up in the back of their net.
14th goal of the year for Olnick gives the Birmingham Bulls or Cahaba Valley Vipers a 4-0 lead. Puck in the zone of Roanoke, played by the Dawgs, and they'll skate it out. In front, that was Schlottick. He loses it. Birmingham skates away. Scahill up for Glover, brings it into the Roanoke zone. Pepe takes the puck away from him, though, into the near corner. Loose puck picked up by Roanoke, and they'll try and do it again. Widmar sends it far side for Nick Ford, draws it back for Widmar. He had it poked away from him by Ballant, but manages to hold on. He'll cut behind the net. Thought about stuffing it. He's cut off on the play. Now Johnny McDonald sends one knocked down by Phil Edzianko. Loose along the near boards, played by Ballant behind the net, and Clark will give chase, and he'll chip it out. Now icing will be the call on the Bulls as Rose was giving chase, but Schlottick was well ahead of him, and he touches up first. Less than 10 minutes to go, 9:47 to go here in the second period of play. Birmingham with a 4-0 lead over Roanoke, and I'll be honest with you, Z, I'm not ashamed or afraid to say this. I'm beyond pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I do think that what we heard from Simmer in between periods is what they actually executed at the start of this period. They're hemming them in. They're all over them. They're making some uncharacteristic giveaways because of our pressure. And we're also very fortunate right now that I think some of our guys have been out there for a longer shift, and now we get a little TV timeout or whatever you want to call it, and otherwise we'd have a defensive zone draw. So
I want to take this time to say hello. I really don't get a chance to do this often. Say hello to my grandkids. And I have one in England, Nikolai Tancock, and I'm sure his mama let him watch the game tomorrow night. And I have two that live in Gardendale, Charlotte and Carter McDaniel. They'll be here tomorrow night. But on nights like this, I know they all love to come to the hockey games. It makes me think about them. So hello, kids. All right, back to action. Face-off in the Bull zone or Viper zone. Stanko this time on the draw for Roanoke. The linesman bites the dust on the play as the puck is loose, picked up by the Dawgs. Alvo with a shot. That deflects in front. Look out. There's Ledzianko going the other way, and that breakaway is stopped due to the referee's whistle and a penalty. Coming up is Timmy Manning. And I believe that's Clark, although it could be, it's hard to look at these numbers. It is,
Yep.
Is it Clark?
It is.
Yeah, it's hard to delineate a 0 and an 8. It is Matt Clark who skates back to the bench. Now, the whistle blew. Now the referee skates over to the scorer's table. I don't see a penalty box door opening, though. Why did the whistle blow? Now it looks like the Bulls are going to be penalized, and I believe that'll go to Matt Clark. I didn't see it. I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, I can't either. I was watching the play. I was watching them push the puck up the ice.
Clark, 2 minutes for holding. Number 20, Matt Clark, 2 minutes for holding.
Holding is a call on Clark. This will be Roanoke's second power play of the night. I wasn't sure if it was Clark or Scahill that got tangled up back there, but nonetheless, this will be a power play for Roanoke. Just inside the blue line, Pepe has it, gives it to Jansen. Plays it down low for Ford. Back to Pepe, a shot, nice block by Sinclair, got in front of that shot. Sacrificed his body, and he's not feeling good because he did it, but puck is back in the Roanoke zone.
A lot of taps going to the bench when he gets on there, you know that.
Pepe will bring it into the Bull zone. Sends it over for Stanko. Stanko in the far corner, looks for a place to go with it. Goes back to the blue line for Pepe. Ford has it. Ford in front. There's two men there. The puck off of Stanko's skate right into Hayden Stewart, who just covers it for a faceoff, and Ford still upset about something, having a discussion with the referee, and we'll just have a faceoff. Is Romeo going off?
Looks like
It looks like we got a penalty on Ryan Romeo, and if so, it is. They'll have a two-man advantage for a minute 22 unless they score a goal, and that'll be a one-man advantage until Romeo's penalty expires.
Ryan Romeo, 2 minutes for high sticking. Number 9, Ryan Romeo, 2 minutes.
I believe that wasn't Ford so much as he was complaining as he was putting his helmet back on from the high stick from Ryan. Birmingham shorthanded, 5-on-3 advantage for Roanoke. Jansen has it. Now they can take their time. Jansen plays it down low. Gallagher. There's a pass across looking for backdoor. Municello was there, but he lost the puck. Kept alive by Roanoke. Nick Ford has it. This side for Jansen. Down low, Gallagher. Ford. Down low. Ford has it. Sends it far side. Municello in front. Save made. Rebound loose. And Roanoke couldn't get the puck on, or the stick on the puck. What a save by Hayden Stewart. Whitmore drops it for Ford. Cross ice. Municello save again. Stewart loose in the slot. That's Gallagher. Save again. Stewart. And he'll hold on. What a sequence of 4 shots there. And Hayden Stewart stopped every one of them. And in a normal situation, those are all goals.
Yeah, you know, so they're passing that puck low to high, and then they're creeping down low, and they're shrinking that. So even their high guy's got a good opportunity to shoot, and he's got a good scoring opportunity. Then they're going through the box with that one-timer, and wow, what a save by Stewart. Unreal.
Birmingham still short, 5-on-3. Now have a chance to send out new penalty killer. Sinclair on the draw loses it. Jansen sends it far side for Ford. We're down to 30 seconds of 5-on-3 advantage. There's a shot save again by Stewart. Jansen has the puck, far wall for Ford. One-timer saved. Oh, they score. It got in just under the arm of Stewart. What a sequence of saves, though, by Hayden Stewart. They'll still have a man advantage as that goal was scored with 23 seconds left on the penalty to Clark. A minute 2 remaining on the penalty to Ryan Romeo, so it'll be a 5-on-4 advantage. And Roanoke finally breaks their scoring drought here in Birmingham. They trail Birmingham, or the Vipers, now up 4-1.
And I said shrink in the box there, I meant triangle. You didn't catch me on that one, so whatever.
I was more worried about the saves at that point.
I guess you were.
Off the draw, sent back into the Roanoke zone. Now Tyler Roy is in the net for Roanoke. I didn't see the goalie change, but they had had enough of Rodebush. Tyler Roy comes in his place. Municello. Gallagher with the goal. Birmingham brings in in front, and he taps it. He just couldn't catch up with it. When he tapped it, it went behind the net. He had a wide open net. Far side, played by Gallagher, who scored the goal. In front, he centers one, no one there, and it got past Stewart. Now it's loose. Birmingham clears. We're down to 20 seconds of power play time remaining for Roanoke. Alvo was there. Rose as well. Almost took the puck away from him. Kelly comes out with it. Cross-ice pass connects with Schlottick. Schlottick gets past McTavish into the far corner. Played behind the net. Kelly with it. There's a shot taken far side by Schlottick. Goes wide. There's Kelly. A shot knocked down by Stewart into the skates of Thurston. And Stewart saw it and covered it. Face-off coming up. Birmingham has killed the second penalty on Romeo and are back at full and even strength.
We're getting some really weird bounces down here, off the stanchion, off our guy, off our D-man's foot, out into dangerous areas and whatever. We're fortunate there.
Face-off to the right of Hayden Stewart. Still loose. Played right in on Stewart, picked up by the Bulls, and will skate away. Olnick with the puck. Crosses that center ice stripe. Sends it behind the net. Roy tips it into the corner. Widmar has it. Plays it off the boards for Pepe. Near side for Timmy Manning. Had it, lost it. Now he picks it back up and sent ahead. Now Ford tips it past Olnick into the Bull zone. Nice feed behind everyone. If we can hurry up, 3-on-1. Sinclair picks it up, has Olnick and Kozarev with him. Olnick, shot, save made, rebound. Olnick again gets the shot, is loose, and the whistle blows. Now Valerian hauls down. Is that Olnick? Either way, Roy got out of there very fast. Nice scoring chance for the Bulls. They couldn't convert on a 3-on-1.
What a quick play. What a quick play back up ice. And, you know, then our guy takes a cross check in the back and he gets pulled down from by his neck or his shoulders or whatever to the ice.
It was Sinclair that got hauled backwards. Okay. Sinclair will be on the draw for Birmingham. He's out with Apatagan. Skyhill on defense, along with Brierly. Sinclair wins control of the puck, but Roanoke steps in front. Birmingham can't control. McDonald will set it up far side. Jacob Kelly takes a big hit from Skyhill and goes down. Puck along the far boards, played by the Bulls. Loose now picked up by Skyhill, who delivered the hit of at least the second season. Now Sinclair knocked into the Roanoke bench by Kelly. Physical play picking up. Jansen has it behind the Bulls net. Banks went off the wall to McDonald. Far side, Valerian couldn't control. Phil Ledzianko has it for Birmingham with his brother Kip. He gets past one man but can't get it past McDonald, who has it for Roanoke. We're down to 5.5 to go second period. Bulls up 4-1. Trevor Thurston slides it for Brierly. Off the stick of Jansen, it floats back into the zone of Roanoke. Picked up by the Bulls in front. Score! A nifty pass and a better tip in. Ballant picks up the goal, and Birmingham takes a 5-1 lead.
What a great backdoor pass. And, you know, just kind of watching this goaltender, I've never seen him before, and I don't know, Jody, if you have either, but just what I've seen so far, it doesn't surprise me that Rodebush has played every game but 6 this year.
Yeah, well, I don't know exactly what's going on with Rodebush, but when he was pulled, I didn't see it. Now they're trying to draw a penalty right off the draw. Here's the call.
For goal, scored by number 12, Andrew Ballant, his second goal of the night, giving him 3 for the season. The assist, number 23, Phil Ledzianko. And first Viper goal, scored at 14.
I don't know. I don't like the lack of secondary assists. Either way, Phil Ledzianko has it far side, up 4 goals. He drops it back. Thurston, a shot gloved out of the air by Roy, and he hangs on. I think he was just grabbing for it. I don't think he saw it. He just found it. I like what I see out of Birmingham tonight.
Yeah, and you know, I think maybe the coach made a decision that this game may be out of their control. He didn't like the way they were playing, didn't like the way they come out in the second period, because we were all over them. They're making some uncharacteristic mistakes, and he probably thought, you know, we're coming back with Rodebush tomorrow. Let's get him on the bench. Let's get him some rest, because you know you're going back with him tomorrow.
You have to. You just have to. I'll say this. Birmingham has not been in the top 4 in this league since November. But Birmingham is a team that's capable of going the whole way and winning a championship. I know that's a fact. I've heard it from 2 different coaches that are in the top 4 in this league. And tonight, they're proving it to a team that came into this game outscoring their opponents in the last 10 games 42-16 and winning those 10 games. And we have spanked them all the way tonight after the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, you know, you did talk to Simmer. We didn't hear him until in between the first and second period, but you can tell they're well prepared and they're executing the game plan, and they're getting rewarded for it by being up 5-1 right now.
Olnick on the draw for Birmingham to the right of Tyler Roy. O'Day as well. The puck is loose. Nobody really controls. It's loose. Tapped out to center ice where Clark will pick it up for Birmingham. Behind his own net, Matt sends one up for Olnick. Has Sinclair with him. Tried to get it to Kozarev, and it had to be a save made by Roy. Kozarev picks up the puck, far boards. Nikita drops it, far side. As Clark cutting behind the net. Looks for a place to go. Back for Matthews. Banks one off for Sinclair. Comes to Olnick, a shot save made, or may have hit the side of the net. Now Sinclair has it. Olnick chopped down on the play. Birmingham had it escape the zone, and they'll have to retreat. 4:07 to go, second period. Birmingham 5, Roanoke 1. Matt Clark has it. He chips it back, but not out. Timmy Manning sends one through the crease, nobody there. Now Kip Ledzianko and Slottick go down. Slottick still having trouble getting up. Pepe with a shot gets past and wide of everyone. Puck loose along the far boards. McTavish and Martin tied up. Clark comes in to help out. Stanko picks the loose puck up along the far wall. Comes to Martin. No one in front of the net, though. Martin cuts behind the net. McTavish and Martin go down. The referee standing there. The whistle blows as they're tangled up and a little pushing and shoving. I don't see any gloves dropped as of yet, but they're still tied up. Now Stanko comes in. Martin's hands gets free. He has dropped his gloves. The whistle is, of course, blown, and we'll have some penalties out of this. I guess roughing is about all that can be called. As both now, Martin has kind of been on hot. He's been hot all night long. He hasn't liked. You remember when he knocked his? He had a double minor.
Yeah, he's been a little crusty all night, and you know that on that play in particular,
he's yelling it in the crowd.
What could have happened there, and I really think our guy should have been called for a hold.
McTavish,
but no call. Then they end up on the ground, on the ice, and all Martin does is just start throwing right.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I think they're both just going to get two in that situation.
Yeah,
but
you double minors or coincidental minors and go. Here's the call.
Bryce Martin, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 55, Bryce Martin, 2 minutes for roughing.
So we'll play with 3:26 to go without McTavish, who's had a nice game, and Bryce Martin, who's a hothead so far.
You know, another on that shift, Jody, it seemed we just kind of threw it around. We're a little lackadaisical, puck bouncing everywhere, and then before you know it, we get run around our own zone. There were 2 or 3 times that puck should have came out of our zone that didn't. And, you know, that's a situation where you want to make a play, you want to make a tape-to-tape pass in your zone when you should just get it out.
All right, we're 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute 55. Birmingham with control of the puck, or the Vipers. Brierly sets it ahead. There's a pass ahead for Ballant, who has it, brings it in the Roanoke zone, drops it back. Widmar was there to knock it away, but it comes right to Carson Rose. Near side, Ballant has it. Cross-ice pass connects with Brierly. Gets away from one. He'll curl back and bring it out. He didn't like what he saw, and we'll reset the play. A lot of open ice, 4-on-4 hockey. Ballant skates back into his own zone. We're under 3 minutes to go here in the second period of play. Brierly will bring it in. He's watched by 4. Still hold on to the puck. Puck comes free off his stick and steered aside by Tyler Roy, and Widmar picks it up for Roanoke. His pass didn't connect for McDonald. Picked up. Here comes Phil Ledzianko. A shot. That one was just off the blocker of Tyler Roy and out of the zone.
That was labeled to the far side, too. That was a good save by Roy.
Now Kozarev picks the puck for the Bulls. Skates through center ice. Nikita gains the blue line. Puts the brakes on. Drops it down low. It's Ledzianko, a nice backhander. Save is made. Comes to Kozarev. He drops it down for Romeo, who's pinching in. Phil Ledzianko knocked off the play by Jansen. The puck is loose in the far corner. Kozarev picks it up. Roach has it. Look out. Here we go the other way. As Jansen tried to connect with Kelly, he couldn't. Stewart stops the puck behind his own net. Come on. He'll send it around the near boards. Olnick was there. Puck cuts free off of Olnick's stick, and a one-timer 5 feet away from Stewart, and he makes the save. Jansen with a big hit, far boards, takes the puck right away from Skyhill. Now it's taken by Olnick. We're back at full and even strength. 1.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Olnick sends in a puck right in on Roy. He steers it aside with his stick, loose in the far corner. Play by Roanoke, and they'll skate out. Tipped ahead for Martin. Clark's there, though. Clark holds the puck for a second, loses it. Taken away from him as Martin tied him up. Gallagher spins away from McTavish, drops it back. Municello shot, save made by Stewart, and the Bulls smartly just chip it out to center ice.
Yeah, that puck's on the stick of a 22 goal scorer right there, right?
Yeah. Now Gallagher sends in O'Day down low looking for Municello, was behind him. Gallagher picks the loose puck up. This is the guy nobody wanted, Carson Gallagher. Remember that. Back at the blue line, Roach with a shot goes wide. Municello with a shot, blocked by McTavish. It comes to McGregor Sinclair. The puck can't get clear to the blue line, kept alive by the Dawgs. Finally, it comes straight to Apatagan, who clears it down the ice. No icing as it's picked up by Johnny McDonald. We're under 20 seconds to go here in the second period.
That was a really good clear to give us an opportunity to get a full change there.
Clark with the puck, down to 10 seconds to go. Comes free, but picked up by Birmingham's Apatagan, who just lifts it high into the Roanoke zone. Ballant chasing Valerian, nails him up against the board. It's loose behind the net, but that'll do it for the second period of play. He has some pushing and shoving into the near corner after that. It was Nick Ford, the captain, and Kip Ledzianko. The linesmen get in between everyone and try and escort them back to their benches so they can go to the locker room. But that was a very exciting second period for the Birmingham Bulls, outscoring Roanoke 4-1 in the second period, but more importantly, up 5-1 on the scoreboard after 2. Z?
You can sense a frustration with this team too, right? You know, you've seen Ford chirping all period long at the ref, chirping on the ice. Martin, of course, we saw him take a couple opportunities, take some frustrations out. And, you know, they just did not have a good period, but it has everything to do with the way Simmer and Kerr have the team executing on the forecheck and in the offensive zone. They weren't giving them anything, you know. So they scored 5 on 3. You're going to expect that you're going to leak there a little bit on a power play.
I still maintain this Birmingham team, I don't want to say the word disappointing because they haven't been disappointing this year. They've underperformed, underachieved from what most people thought we would. But if you can peak with 10 games to go in the regular season and carry that over into the real season in April, you got something.
Well, I think what you saw at the start of that period, you know, Birmingham is not a hard physical team to play. But when Birmingham moves their feet and gets in the way and causes you angst in your own zone to where you can't get the puck out easily, you're going to have trouble. And they had a lot of trouble that period. And that's all they got to do is move their feet and positionally get into a situation where they're stopping the other team from making an easy exit.
Yeah.
That first period, the first 6-7 minutes of it, it was all easy exits for them. The guy who had the puck on his stick was looking straight up ice. They were stretching it. They were curling. They were playing tic-tac-toe. Birmingham took that away from them in the second period.
And has resulted in a 4-goal lead.
Absolutely.
After 40 minutes of play. All right, we'll take a quick break, play a few spots, and we'll come back with part 2. We'll play part 2. I can't talk sometimes, okay? I say words that Anyway, we'll play part 2 of the interview with head coach Craig Simchuk. The score at the end of 2 periods of play, Birmingham 5, Roanoke 1. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Yell at a tool? Nobody bats an eye. But talk nicely to your tools, and everyone thinks you're strange. Weird, right? But here's what I know. Great heating techs treat their tools and your equipment with a level of care that borders on talking nicely to it.
Okay, that was head coach Craig Simchuk before the game. Kind of prophetic in a lot of things that he talked about, and what he did talk about, some of them were able to come true, at least is what he was hoping for and what he had worked for. And Z, you've been in the locker room like that before, where you preach, you get the game plan, you watch your films, you draw it up on the board, you do it on the ice, but it's not game time yet.
Exactly.
It's got to be fulfilling to see what you did actually being put forth on in front of you on the ice.
Well, and the key to that is you stand on the bench and see guys score goals, right? And you get to see Ballant pot a couple, nice little breakaway, and then a little backdoor goal, and you feel really good for the players. But in the back of your mind, you know the reason that puck's in the back of the net is because they're executing what you as a coaching staff have asked them to do against a really good hockey team that came in here with 10 wins in their last 10 games.
How important right now, and the reason I ask is we're scoring goals, we're up 4 goals, we've scored 5 through 40 minutes. How important is what Hayden Stewart has done in the net for the entire team tonight?
Yeah, I think it's big, and I think you have to go to what Simmer said. Like you were the 1,000th person that asked him, or whatever, is he healthy? And so yeah, he's healthy. Yeah, he's been working hard. Yeah, Lotzie came off a really good weekend last weekend, and your gut would be to go with Lotzie, but you have 2 number ones,
yeah,
basically, and that Stewart's been working his ass off. And so you want Stewart to get out there, grab the net, and just go do it. And, I don't think in the first period he had a lot of 10-bell saves to make, but I think he had 4 or 5 in the second period, and I think he stood up, and what a great job by him in the second period.
Tonight around the SPHL, one really important game for Birmingham was Knoxville and Evansville. Knoxville had lost their last 12 games. They had went down from 3rd place all the way in the standings. Now they're in 7th, and we're in danger of falling. They finally win a game. They beat Evansville 2-0. Now, what does that mean? Well, here's what it means. If we can somehow get through this game and get the 2 points, we are then ahead of Evansville in 5th place with 49 points. Evansville has 48, and we also have a game in hand on Evansville. So it's a very important 20 minutes coming up for the Birmingham Bulls.
Well, this 20 minutes will be really telling, right? Because we're really happy with the way they came out and executed in the second period. The forecheck was awesome. The defense played well. And let's just see what Birmingham brings, or the Vipers bring, when they hit the ice here for the 3rd period. The first few shifts are going to be really telling. We'll see where Roanoke's head is, and we'll see where our heart is.
Well, you know what? I want to ask you about this too. A lot of times when a team has seen a number 1 goalie being yanked and the backup put in, and you're all over them, you're controlling the game, you're up 4 or 5 goals, a lot of time there's a tendency to relax and not play as hard as you did prior to that 3rd period. If you do that against this team, you're going to find yourself in a 5-4 game really quick.
Yeah, they'll put it in the back of the net pretty quickly if that happens for us. That's why I say the first few shifts are going to be really important. We got to get out there and win the first 5 minutes and give them absolutely no life, and then we'll see how the game goes from there. They'll probably just mail it in from there and think about, okay, we need to beat this team tomorrow night on the road. So I think that's what they need to do early this period.
All right, we'll take our final break, come back for 3rd period action. Jody Chernesky here, along with Mike Zaruna from the Pelham Civic Complex. Birmingham 5, Roanoke 1. Stay with us, everyone. Welcome back to the Pelham Civic Complex. Third period action about to get underway. Jody Chernesky here along with Mike Zaruna to bring you the finish. You know, Greg, boy, here I go again. I'm so used to saying Greg or Drev that it comes out naturally.
I'll start calling you Dave Dennis. How's that?
Anyway, what I was going to say is I didn't want to talk about this early on because I do believe in I can jinx somebody. And last week I accidentally wore one gray sneaker and one white sneaker down here. And I live far away. I couldn't go home to change it. You're shaking your head, but anybody that knows me knows that it's entirely possible. I was terrified when I realized I didn't wear that same gray and white sneaker because we destroyed Huntsville when I wore it. So tonight, though, we're the Cahaba Valley Vipers. Coming into tonight, we had been the Cahaba Valley Vipers 4 times. We were 4-0. So we haven't been beaten thus far as when we are wearing the Cahaba Valley Viper uniform.
So you're saying you want to do it for the rest of the year?
Look, what works, works. Tyler Roy at 3.24 goals against, averaging 8.94 save percent in the net pull or in favor of Austin Rodebush, who was pulled on that onslaught from Birmingham in the second. We're underway, and it's played by Roanoke's O'Day. He brings it into the Bull zone. First 4 minutes of this period, to me, are crucial. Romeo calmly banks one off the glass, but not out. He'll pick the puck up off the wall behind the net, gives it away. Gallagher has it. Gives it to Municello, knocked away from him, and it's sent far side for Olnick, who'll send one in deep. You got to play just as hard in this period, Mike, as you did in the second period.
I didn't like the start there.
I didn't either.
The soft play up the wall and then the chip.
And here comes Schlottick. A shot save made by Stewart. How did he do that? Roanoke really controlling the play. They came out hard. Widmar with the puck. Penalty coming up on the Bulls. Going to be a slash. Widmar with it. Tyler Roy out of his net. Extra attacker on as the Birmingham touches up. I do not like the way this third period has started.
Not the start we were looking for. Up the wall really soft and then trying to go 4 feet in the air through the middle of the ice, and it got knocked down.
Do you not have to put your foot on their throat when you're – I mean, I know that's a terrible thing to say, but what I'm saying is you got to put them out. Finish it.
You know, when you're back there and you're a D-man and you've got the puck on your stick, you just need to make the simple play, and if it doesn't exist, it goes off the glass.
But not softly.
Exactly.
Fourth power play of the night for Roanoke. They are 1 for 3. Goal by Carson Gallagher in the second on the power play. 18:53 showing on the clock. Birmingham being outshot 30-24, but up in the scoreboard 5-1. Pepe and Jansen playing back into this power play forward, along with, it looks like Manning on the right side. Now check that. That's if he would turn his back a little bit more, I could see. I believe it's Widmar. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. The linesman skates over to the scorer's table. And now here we go. Forward on the face-off for Roanoke. Controlled by Roanoke. Pepe with it. Backhands one over near side for Ford. In front looking for a deflection. Knocked away by Birmingham. Now Ford picks it up again for Roanoke. Centers one out in front for Stanko. It misses him, and Birmingham's able to clear the puck down the ice. New penalty killers on. Matthews, Clark, Blount, and Phil Ledzianko. Pepe with the puck. Drops it back for Widmar. Minute 30 to go on the power play. Widmar whips one around the boards, comes far side. Blount is there. Tried to chip it out. He couldn't. Kept alive by Roanoke. There's a centering pass at the blue line for Pepe. Curls away from Ledzianko. Goes down low. Back to Widmar at the blue line. Near side Ford. Ford sends a wrister looking for a deflection well wide of the net, and it escapes the zone. Widmar with it. Drops it to Brendan Pepe. Cross-ice pass connecting with Jansen for Ford. Clark knocks him off the play. Gallagher picks the loose puck up. Bad angle shot. Save made by Stewart. Far wall. Jansen plays it down low for Ford. Back to Jansen. In front looking for a deflection. Not there. Alvo keeps it alive. He's hit by Bellant. Loose puck, though, picked up by Roanoke. Forward with a shot. Save made. Rebound far side. Jansen has it. 35 seconds of power play time remaining, but the pressure is on. Alvo with it. Plays it down low. There's a centering pass for Gallagher. He fanned. Another one, it just gets past him, but Roanoke still with pressure. Stamkos. That's what I wanted to say. Brendan Stanko with it. Sends a shot. Save made by Stewart. Gallagher picks it up. Centers a pass. Olnick is there for the Bulls, and he clears.
We got real fortunate there on that bumper play that came to Gallagher, and he just fanned on it because he was wide open.
Alvo with it down to the last 5 seconds of power play time. Gets it ahead for Kelly. Brings it into the Bull zone. Takes a shot. Stick save made by Stewart. Birmingham is back at full and even strength. Behind the net, picked up by Trevor Thurston. Thurston tries to get it out to Apatagan. Tipped ahead to Kipledzianko. Tried to set it up for McTavish, but gets past him. Apatagan has it, avoids the check, sends it for Kipledzianko. A centering pass, no one there, and the puck comes back into the Bull zone. I'm happy, though, Z, we are able to kill those 2 minutes.
Absolutely. That was a good kill. There wasn't much wrong with that,
It was a big kill.
They kept him on the perimeter other than that one fan by Gallagher. That was the real high danger opportunity.
Timmy Manning draws it for Valerian, near side Pepe. In his own zone, Brendan. Centers one out. Kipledzianko kicked it away, but right to Valerian. He gives it to Kelly, who sends it in. Roanoke will change lines. Big hit far side by Valerian. Bulls chip it down into the Roanoke zone. It's loose out in front. There's a shot just sent wide by Glover. Couldn't get all of it on the backhand. Brierly with it near side. Whips one around behind the net. Glover is there. Pepe on him. Glover comes out with the puck. Backhands one off the side of the net. Picked up by Kozarev. Kozarev drops it. There's a shot save made by Tyler Roy. Kozarev puts the brakes on behind the net, looks for a place to go. Gets it back at the point. There's a shot whistled wide. Gallagher had it, lost it. Centering pass looking for Kozarev, knocked away by Tyler Roy, but Kozarev picks the puck up. Birmingham putting good 5-on-5 pressure together, maintaining control of the puck. They'll lose it, though, in the middle ice, or center ice, that is, as Gallagher takes it away. Gallagher for Municello. Sets it up for Martin. Martin gets past Brierly. Shot. Save made by Stewart. Puck bounces off the boards. Kept alive by Roach. Played low in the Bull zone. Centers pass. Rosa's shot. Knocked by blocker. Save on Stewart into the netting. Out of play. And with 14:49 to go here in the third period, Birmingham still up 5-1. Killed a major power play.
What a really good shift after that. You don't think that, you think about momentum, and when you kill a penalty like that and then they hem them in their zone, and then we made one little critical error right in front of our bench and tried to chip it past a guy who knocked it down, and before you know it, they're down our throats again. I don't know if Kozarev was tired or what there, but it was just it was ill-advised, obviously, through the middle of the ice, ended up in our zone and could have been problematic.
One thing's for sure, Roanoke doesn't think this game's over with.
No, they're going to fight. They're 10-0 in their last 10. They want to be 11 by the end of the night. They're in their mind, they're 4
still
shots
fighting.
away. Yep.
I mean, they're buzzing, and the Bulls or Vipers on. We're going to have another 15 minutes of tough hockey to play. I don't expect this game to end 5-1. I can tell you that. All right, here we go. Face off to the right of Hayden Stewart. Picked up by Roanoke. That's Ford. He turns and spins. Knocked down by Phil Edzianko. Comes to Widmar. Centers one for Jansen. Catches up with it far boards as it bounced off his stick. Now Ford had it bounce off his leg. Chipped ahead down the ice. This will be no icing. Back to get it is Bellant. Near boards. He'll send it back to the blue line. Clark a shot. Stick the side by Alvo on that. And that play is going to, Birmingham will have to vacate the zone. It came out of the blue line as they sent it back in. And it's picked up by Billy Roach. Far side for Alvo for Widmar. Brings it into the Bull zone. Can't get past Matt Clark. Widmar behind his Bulls net. Puts the brakes on. Clark still on him. Playing him well. Widmar backhands one behind the Bulls net. It's going to be played. I thought Kyler Matthews would catch up to it, but he didn't. Ford has it. Widmar tries to get away from Sinclair, holding on to the puck. Now Martin comes in. He takes a hit from Apatagan, but still has control of the puck. Centers one for Ford. Save made by Stewart. In the right place. He felt that one coming. Now Kip Ledzianko backhands one into center ice, where it's played by Stanko. He'll play it back in his own zone to Martin. Near side for Manning. Loose now, taken away by Birmingham. Apatagan avoids the check, but couldn't get deep. He'll just send the puck in deep and go off for a line change.
It's a good pinch.
Pitching in on the far side was Romeo. Keeps it alive down deep. Plays it for Kozarev back to Romeo, but it gets past him around the near side and played by Roanoke. Martin with it. Kozarev all over him, takes the puck away, centers one. Olnick, a shot save made. A high one, but he made the save. Now it's taken by Phil Ledzianko, far boards. Sends it near side to Thurston. Bounces one off the boards, hoping to bounce it to Olnick, but Roanoke was well in front of that one. They felt that one coming, and Jacob Kelly sends it ahead for Manning. Manning takes the shot, had a glove save, but he couldn't control it. Rose picks up the rebound, skates through center ice. 2 men back for Roanoke. Carson Rose goes down. Crowd wanting a penalty, but no, sir. He just fell.
Yeah, I think Ray Pack needs to look at his edges.
Back to Valerian. His shot, stick save made by Stewart. Kelly picks up the rebound. Sends it near side for Valerian. In front, deflected, score. That was an easy one. Backdoor play to Stanko from the pass from Valerian. And it was just a matter of time. And like I said, I didn't think 5-1 would be the end of this score.
No, I think, I didn't either. I didn't want to say it, unlike you. But yeah, that was almost just a nothing play at the time. Guy going to the net, stick on the ice. A lot of redirection goals get scored in the game today, and that was just a good job by Roanoke.
That goal was scored by Brendan Stanko, only his 4th goal of the year, but it counts. And Birmingham's 4-goal lead has shrunk to 3. 12 minutes to go in the 3rd period. Gallagher tries to poke it in. Taken away from him by Apatagan. Kip Ledzianko lifts one high into the far corner. Alvo is there first. Ledzianko on him. Can't get it away, but it comes to Brierley. Brierley. Behind the net. Brierley has the puck. Near face-off circle. Still with it. He drops it behind the net for Apatagan. He's hit on the play by Ford. Matthews has it. Centers a pass. Teed up by Clark. Blocked by Municello, but Bulls control as Clark has it. Sends one ahead for McTavish, tips it in. Played behind the net of Tyler Roy. Stephen Alvo gives it up for Widmar through center ice. Far side, Matthews will try and hold him up. He cuts around Matthews. Save made by Stewart. And that one deflected off of Hayden into the netting out of play. But Widmar with a great move around Matthews. Made the cut to the net, but there was nothing to shoot at. It was a bad angle, and Stewart had that post hug.
Was a bit of a bad angle. He did get some speed going through the neutral zone there. You'd like to see him pinched off to the wall or at least get a better angle on him so that there's no shot at all.
Why am I nervous right now?
Because that's your nature, Jody.
Face off, loose, right in front of Stewart, picked up by Olnick, and he'll just clear back into Roanoke zone, and as Pepe touches up, icing is called. Face-off will come right back down into the Birmingham or Cahaba Valley zone. 41 shots on goal tonight from Roanoke, and that may not be quite right. I think they've missed a few.
I think they have too. I think they have.
What a game by Hayden Stewart. Not over with, but up until this point, what a game.
I do think we haven't tested this kid at the other end enough.
Well, we need to. 3 goals is not making me feel good. There's a nice shot by Jansen, sticked aside by Stewart with traffic in front, looking for another deflection. Widmar with the puck far board, sets it up for Ford in front off the glove of Stewart. Puck played in the near corner. Pepe pinching in, keeps it alive. Widmar skating in hard after it, chips it far side. Birmingham just gets it out.
Nice job. Take the hit, make the play. He's got
He did. He took the hit from Ford, but got it out. But just that quickly, here comes Pepe. He'll send it in behind the net. It gets past Stewart, far corner. Taken by Sinclair. Ford hits him. Now it's loose, picked up by Widmar. Matthews tries to get it away. Kept alive. That's Valerian behind the net. Birmingham will pick the loose puck up, get it ahead to Carson Rose as the line change was going on for Roanoke. Now, Carson Rose couldn't get past the defense. He tried a little deke move. It didn't work. Puck far off the far boards, played by Roanoke. Here comes Valerian again. He skates ahead through center ice. He'll just dump and chase. This one goes into the far corner. Romeo was there, had it taken away by Valerian. Nice pass for Kelly. Centers went out in front, loose. Schlottick was there, as Stanko as well, and it never got past Hayden Stewart. Come on now.
It just seemed too easy for the trailer coming in there untouched, unmarked.
Under 10 minutes to go as Alvo banks one off the boards. Apatagan takes it, clears it. Alvo has it taken away by Phil Edzianko. Back into the Roanoke zone is played as Romeo sends it right back in. Alvo tips it ahead for Stanko. He'll play it behind the Bulls' net. Skyhill plays it far side, but not out. Kept alive. There's a shot in front with lots of traffic. Another low shot gets through. Goes wide. Kelly has it. Far face-off circle. Plays it down behind the net. Stanko was there. He couldn't control it. Roach pinching in from the point. Keeps it alive. Kelly with a backhander out of the air. Loose in front. Open net. There's a shot. Goes behind the net. Holy cow. Birmingham smartly just lifts the puck, and it actually hits the scoreboard. I do not like what I'm seeing right now. This team is better than what I'm seeing right now. Birmingham needs to put the pressure on.
We're on our heels, obviously,
Yeah.
and we're just making some uncharacteristic plays. And you know, we're coming around behind the net with the puck on our stick, and we choose to turn and wheel and fire it up the wall. Not very hard either. To a vacant wing, and then all of a sudden, all that pressure just happened, and that's just a real ill-advised play at that point. You play the puck in front of you. His momentum was coming up the wall. Keep coming up the wall. Get it out. Get it off the glass instead of reversing it soft like that.
8:58 to go here in the third. Still up. By this time, only 3 goals, 5-2. My point is, if we come out in that third period, first 5 minutes, and just start blazing and put another goal on the board, they would shut it down. It would have been 6-1, and they're not going to come back from that. I'm nervous, and I said that when before that second goal was scored, I was nervous.
Well, there's a lot of hockey to be played. I think we have 2 shots on goal this period.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to start playing in their zone. Get on our toes.
I don't want to see us getting in a situation where all we're doing is just trying to get the puck out of our own zone. I don't want to see that, and that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yep, they're on their toes, and we're on our heels.
All right, face off to the right of Hayden Stewart. Matt O'Day on the draw for Roanoke. Puck is dropped, being fought for in that circle. It comes free. Municello taps it behind the net. Gallagher going in hard after it. Couldn't catch up. Martin pitching in. Takes a big hit from Clark. Goes down, but the puck comes to O'Day. Behind the Bulls' net. O'Day steps near side for Martin. Martin in front looking for a deflection from Gallagher. Didn't come, but a nice play far side. Municello keeps it alive. He has the puck. One-timer from Pepe goes wide. Martin keeps it alive. Puck is in the Bull zone, and it's staying there. Now far side, Kozarev tries to bank it out. He can't. Pepe keeps it alive. Come on, guys. Martin has it. Near face-off circle, takes a shot. Save made by Stewart. Puck is played far side. Municello catching up with it. Gallagher centers a pass, gets past everyone. Puck comes out of the zone, barely, but as Johnny McDonald brings it right back in, an offside is called. And you know what, Z? I don't know what to do about this, but I just don't see any offense at all right now from Birmingham.
Well, we saw the one good shift after the penalty kill, right?
Right.
Remember that
one?
We haven't seen anything in the offensive zone since then. We'll take that break right there on that lazy play out of the zone where the guy coming off the bench couldn't keep it in. Maybe this will give us a little bit of a little new life coming out of our own zone.
Rose, Phil Edzianko are out for Birmingham. Tonight's attendance, 31-35. Friday nights are usually a late arriving crowd like it was tonight. Tomorrow night's we're going to be hammered tomorrow night. Saturday nights are always fun here at the Pelham Civic Complex. Puck in the Bull zone. Widmar has it taken away by Phil Edzianko. Put a little mustard on that one to try and get it around the boards, but no dice. Now it's played tied up along that corner. Back behind the net, it comes free, and Birmingham has it. Soft lift to center ice. Carson Rose puts it in, takes a hit there from Valerian. And just that quickly, here comes Roanoke. Off the stick, though, of Mac Jansen, picked up by Birmingham. Romeo sends it far side, back into the Roanoke zone. Ballant tried to get it for Ledzianko. He'll play it around far side. Clark pinching in, good job, keeps it alive. It gets past Apatagan, though, and it's taken away by Steven Alvo. Ahead to Ford. Nick Ford tries to get past Barley. That's not going to work. Ford centers the pass, intercepted, and back comes Kip Ledzianko. 3-on-1. Apatagan near side. In front, Kip Ledzianko. A nice defensive play by Billy Rose. Tipped that pass away. Birmingham had a 3-on-1. Loose puck in front of the net. There's a shot save made by Roy. The rebound loose. Far side. Picked up by Roanoke. Widmar, and he'll skate away. That's one Birmingham may wish they had back.
I'm sure they would. That turned into a 4-on-1. We had another trailer on that play. Not that we would have used them, but
Schlottick with the puck in the Bull zone. Has Pepe with him. He drops it to Brendan. Gets past one defender. Out in front. Centers one for Stanko. 3 different players whacked at the puck. Nobody connected. Now it's played behind the net. Timmy Manning had it, lost it, and Birmingham pops it back into center ice. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Third period. Birmingham 5. Roanoke 2. I'm still nervous. Behind the net. Played off the boards back into center ice off of Kozarev's stick, picked up by Bryce Martin. Loose in front of the Roanoke net. Kozarev tries to get it away from Martin, almost had it, and Martin just whacks one back into the Bull zone. They wave the icing off as it's picked up by Matt Clark. Line change for Roanoke. Pass off the stick of Rose, tips it in behind the net of Tyler Roy. Valerian is there. He sets it up for Johnny McDonald, and back comes Carson Gallagher the other way. Gallagher gets past Kyler Matthews. Nowhere to go with it, so it slides around near side for Valerian. Valerian drops it for Gallagher to Municello. Rose on him. Municello with a shot blocked in front. And Birmingham doing their best as Phil Edzianko struggling to get off the ice. He's the one who got his shin on that puck. And I mean, that has to hurt. He was crawling back to the bench, basically. Puck loose at center ice, played by Apatagan behind the net, picked up by Johnny McDonald. Ahead at center ice for Municello. Had it taken away from him, and Birmingham sends it right back in. This is going to be an icing call as it's picked up by McDonald. And with 4:54 to go, we'll have our last media timeout of the game. Birmingham being outshot 45-27, yet winning, or at least leading on the scoreboard 5-2.
This might be a good time with 5 minutes left at this timeout to discuss how you want to finish this last 5 minutes out, knowing you're playing this team right back in your own barn tomorrow and knowing they've owned you for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you're not exaggerating. I mean, it's got to be some kind of mindset when you realize, okay, guys, we're up 4 goals. Don't do anything stupid. That's the first thing I believe you would think. But that you're slowing down your game. You were all over them in the second period. They could do nothing with you. They were making mistakes because of how well we were playing. I don't like to see the slowdown game, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I mean, it's human nature, but you know, the thing you need to keep your foot on the gas. And
yeah.
Especially when you're playing these back-to-backs against the same team. You know, you wanted to come out and send a message this period to them that tomorrow night is going to be just like what you experienced tonight.
I have a feeling, no matter how this game ends, tomorrow night's going to be rough physically because it wasn't tonight. And that's their MO.
I think that's the MO anytime you play a team back-to-back, literally.
You have to, don't you?
Yep.
Face off to the left of Stewart, picked up. Roach fakes the slap shot, knocked away, though, by Apatagan, and back come the Bulls the other way. Sims one in the near corner, bouncing right out in front. McTavish was there, but knocked off the play, and back into center ice. The puck comes. Widmar picks it up. Tough play by Joey Widmar, but he comes away with the puck. Sends it in to the Bulls zone, chipped back away by Skyhill. Widmar has it now. Back for Roach at the blue line. For Widmar down low, Miss Kelly. And going to pick it up is Clark, who will chip it out, looking for Kozarev, who had it. He'll get past Roach. Kozarev cuts behind the net. Roach on him. I believe he's winded. Kozarev with the puck. Still hanging on to it. Now he drops it back for Matthews. His shot goes off the side of the net or post, but it comes free into the corner. Back at the blue line for Clark. Sends one in front for Olnick. He couldn't get a stick on it, and Ford had it and a chance to clear it, but he couldn't. He'll send it near side. Steven Alva off the boards, intercepted by Sinclair. Ballant has it behind the net. Centers one for Olnick. He couldn't connect. There's Matthews with a shot, save made. Now Roach didn't appreciate. I believe that's Carson Rose. It's very hard for me to read these numbers on the jerseys, especially on the sleeve. I apologize. No, it was Glover. What is that, Rose? I give up. Anyway, he grabbed him, pushed him to the side, pulled him off of Tyler Roy. So a faceoff will come up to his left with 3:30 to go here in the third period of play. Rose out this time, so I guess that wasn't Carson. Glover, or excuse me, that's Ballant on the far right side, right wing side. Can you read who the centerman is for Birmingham? Neither can I. Pepe picks it up, far boards for Roanoke. He'll drop it back for Stanko. Pestered on the play by Rose, but he drops it back for Stanko. Pepe picks the loose puck up in the Bull zone, puts the brakes on. Just inside the Bulls blue line, drops it back. Birmingham's Rose taps it ahead. Mac Jansen plays it far side. Timmy Manning ahead for Pepe. Tips it into the Bulls zone. Thurston is there. He picks it up and gives it to Romeo off the line, or off the referee, kept alive. Pepe with a shot. He just missed on that one as the puck hit on a clearing pass by Romeo, hit the referee. Now Birmingham picks the loose puck up at center ice. Apatagan. There's a pass back for Thurston. His slap shot goes wide. Thurston has it. Another slap shot. That one deflected over the net. Behind the play, Kip Ledzianko has it. Ledzianko centers one, intercepted by Mac Jansen, and back comes Roanoke. Down to 2.5 to go here in this third period as Apatagan drops it back for Thurston.
He's made a lot of really good defensive plays this game, Apatagan.
Thurston tried to get it out for Kip Ledzianko. Municello gets in the passing lane, knocks it down with his stick. O'Day, a centering pass, knocked down by Kip Ledzianko, and Birmingham will skate away. Bring it back into the Roanoke zone. Sinclair has it into the near corner. Tips it behind net for Kozarev. Centers one for Olnick. Knocked away by Municello, and here comes Matt O'Day. He'll just send one deep. We're under 2 minutes to go here in this hockey game. Skyhill sends it around the boards, but not out. Olnick will pick it up, though, and tip it ahead for Phil Ledzianko. Phil sends it in deep. Played by Widmar. Far side for Roach. Widmar with it, who's center ice, played by Municello, and here we go. Municello can't get past Brierly. Goes behind the net with it. Far side, drops it. Rose is there. Ford picks it off his stick, though, for Widmar. Widmar centers one, looking for Municello. Nice play by Brierly there. He knocked it away and has the puck. 1:20 to go. Brierly smartly just taking his time, finally clears it. They'll drop it back, and now I believe the life has been taken out of Roanoke. They look to have slowed their game down.
Are you still nervous?
A little bit. A little bit. Listen, I was a Toronto Maple Leaf fan when Boston scored 5 goals in the third period with less than 5 minutes to go, okay? I don't sing until the game's over with. Play through center ice. Birmingham has it. Ballant gets away from one man. Oh, big hit by Ballant as he just snared Pepe, and he gives him a whack for it. Pepe didn't like being hit and driven into the boards. 40 seconds to go. Pepe with it far side. Drops it back to himself just to get away from the Bulls. Martin has it. He whips one around the boards. Far side picked up by Kelly. Down low for Stanko. They go in front for Martin. Save made by Stewart. And he'll hold it right into his gut. And it fell into his glove. And just like that, I think I'm feeling better now.
You should be.
26.3 seconds to go. Birmingham on top, 5-2. Now, what does this mean? This means that you need to get down here tomorrow night, because I have a feeling this is going to be about the best chance to see a playoff game when it's not in the playoffs tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. I think tomorrow will be real hotly contested, especially with a team that just had 46 shots on net and comes away losing this hockey game.
Birmingham clears the puck back down in the Roanoke zone. Icing will be called, but with 14.1 seconds to go, as long as nobody does anything stupid to get yourself suspended, the last 14 seconds should be event-free. Agreed?
Yeah, I do agree.
Let's get through this game and take the 2 points and go home. Off the draw, there's a shot taken right out on Stewart. He makes the save. There's Jansen with a shot, save again, rebound, score. Holy cow. I spoke too soon. There is no quit in this Roanoke Rail Yard Dog team.
Well, look, not that there's no quit. They know they're not going to win this hockey game. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do in the third period?
Set the table for tomorrow night.
That's right, absolutely. So it'll be an interesting game tomorrow night. It'll be a heated affair, I'm sure.
And a game like this is there's 7.6 seconds remaining. Now we're up 5-3. In a game like this, though, if you're the Bulls or the Vipers, you go into the locker room, you've got your 2 points. You've taken down Roanoke, a team that hadn't been beaten 10 games. You got to feel good about that, but you can't feel good about what happened in the third, can you?
No, you can't. And you got to have a discussion about what does this look like tomorrow when the puck drops? What team is coming tomorrow when the puck drops, right?
They're going to review the goal. I guess they're looking for goalie interference. I don't know. I mean, as the referee walks into the scorer's table, that's fine with me. Review it. Drake Glover and Mac Jansen, two respective captains, standing there talking to see what's going on. I always wonder, what are they talking about right now? What do you think?
Jansen's asking where's the best place to go get a beer after this game.
Are you joking or are you being serious?
I'm being serious. The game's over. They're just chewing the fat right now is all they're doing. They're asking the liney where he's going. You going for a burger? You going for beers? Where are you headed? Or he's asking them where the best place to go is.
Well, I know where the team hotel is. And there's a couple of decent restaurants around there, but
there you go.
Isn't it kind of like a unwritten rule you don't go where the coaches go if you're a player?
I can't say.
I know that
sure.
was Dennis DeRozier's rule.
His rule. Here's his rule. If you walk into a bar and I'm in there drinking a beer, turn around and leave. If I walk into a bar, finish your beer and leave.
I love Rosie. He was really fun to be around. I don't even remember if you were there one night in Lafayette, Louisiana. He, Rosie, Ray Pack, and I don't think you were there. I don't know. But they started handing out shots. And if you can remember what Goldschlager, I don't even know if it's still made or not, but little chips of gold and look like clear water, just thick. Well, they started handing me shots, and not that I liked it, but, I'm sitting there with the guys. While they were drinking shots of water. Needless to say, the next morning I didn't make the morning skate, and he still had the nerve to be mad at me for that.
Did you ever see the movie Youngblood? That's what they did in Youngblood. Rob Lowe was the hotshot player. I think that was the movie. Everybody was pounding water shots. He was pounding tequila.
That's a terrible thing to do to somebody. I promise you it is. Okay, let's get this last 8 seconds over with, please. Now here we go as Slodek brings into the Bull zone. Bryford Martin, they're still trying to bury one as Martin spins at the horn and takes a shot. I can't wait for tomorrow night now. I mean, Roanoke takes the loss, their first in 10 games. Rodebush gets ran into the second period. He'd won his last 8 straight and had a 1.5 goals against during that time. Birmingham an incredible second period play. Just incredible. They were all over Roanoke, scoring 4 goals in the second period alone. And we managed a 5-1 lead, and now we leave the game, thank goodness, with 2 points, 5-3 win. But I do want to know what the mood of that locker room is. You can see right now the Bulls are skating like they normally do to center ice stripe, but not dubiously. They're not jovial. They know they could have played better in the third period, is my point.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? If I'm Simmer and Kevin Kerr and there's any video, I don't know if they'll do an optional skate tomorrow, what they'll do, bring the guys in, get them out of bed, give them a coffee and show some video. I show them the second period. I show them the forecheck. I show them how they were all over these guys and how they tied them up in their own zone and they gave them no outlets and show them what that game plan did for them. And it, scored 3 goals that period, did we not?
Not for Hayden Stewart. It's a 7-5 Roanoke win, if you ask me. I mean, the guy, he played out of his mind in that second period.
Yeah, look, when you face that many shots, there's that many opportunities, and I think he probably made about 8 saves that you're going, oh my God,
yeah,
in that game. So
great call by Craig Simchuk and Kevin Kerr to decide to insert Hayden Stewart, even though my dumb self questioned it after the way Austin Lotz had played. I won't question it again, whatever he does tomorrow night, but I'm glad to get out of here with 2 points. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. When I went into this weekend, I thought to myself, 3 out of 4 points would be beautiful. Now I want them all. I want all 4 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. You're in a really good spot, especially with Evansville losing tonight.
Yeah.
Really good spot. We took 2 tonight. And you can't discount. You discount the third period, right? They had to bring it. They're down by 4, right? And they've got to set the tone for tomorrow night, which they did.
They did.
And good on them, but they still lost the game.
But what that means to us, we know we can bring it to them too. Whatever they've got for us, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more physical than it was tonight, because that's what they do when they're on top of their game. But at the same time, Birmingham has to learn from that third period.
They do, but I don't believe in momentum either. Like you said, the body language that we just saw in center ice was, you know what, we got out of it.
Yeah.
And we got, whether we got lucky or whether we didn't have a good third period. We still got the win. They're probably going to get maybe their ass ripped a little bit here after this game because of how that third period went. Maybe, maybe not. But what just happened here in the third period will not carry over to tomorrow night's game.
I hope you're right.
I don't believe momentum will have that kind of life from this third period to tomorrow night. But these guys are going to bed feeling better about themselves.
I do believe that this will carry over in tomorrow night in a positive way for Birmingham. That third period's got to wake you up.
Yeah. Yep.
You were better than that in the third period. But either way, it worked out great. A great win tonight for the Cahaba Valley Vipers, or as we've been calling them all night, the Birmingham Bulls. I'm very, very thrilled and happy about this as Hayden Stewart gets the second star of the game. And if you ask me, he's your number 1 star by far.
So who's picking the stars?
I did not mean
Stevie Wonder.
This guy played out of his mind, and I hope it's Taylor Brierly. It should have been Stewart, but I hope it's Brierly since it's not Stewart. Either way, it's been fun for you to come up here tonight, Z. I didn't really know you were coming until I got a call from Clint saying, "Hey, Z's here. What do you want me to do?"
Well, I heard Clint go, "Yeah, Mike Zaruna, Z." And you're, who? All right, well, maybe I'll just go back home. I don't know.
Ballant gets the first star of the game.
I figured he might. He potted a couple. I thought he had a pretty
played
good
a good
game.
I got no problem with it. I like to play second guesser when it comes to stars of the game. I would probably have had Stewart 1, Brierly 2, Ballant 3.
Yeah, Brierly's in there. Brierly's one of them for me for sure. Stewart would have been number 1 for me tonight.
Okay, Z, it's been fun. I guess Drev will be back with me tomorrow night, you say?
From what I understand, yes.
Okay. Is he flying in from Jacksonville, or is he driving in?
I don't know. I'm not his travel agent, so I can't help you with that.
Okay. For Mike Zaruna, I'm Jody Chernesky. Once again, your final score from the Pelham Civic Complex: Birmingham 5, Roanoke 3. Thanks for joining us, everyone.